You know, Vash, usually we do an intro. We're not going to do an intro tonight. We are getting ready for D23, the park experience. And folks who are watching us live are going to be joining in about right now. Welcome aboard, everybody. Happy to have you out there. There's always a little bit of a delay, but we're happy to have each and every one of you out there. We are streaming on way more places than we typically do. We are on Vash. How many places are we on? We're on the Pro channel. We're on That Park Place.
Yes.
We're on both the Pro Twitter account. We've got Vash Sky, Parkcast, and we've got your X account, I believe. So we are everywhere right now. Is that right?
Yes, we are currently every which way we can possibly be. We wanted to go ahead and bring this out wide to you all. Obviously, you know, people are going to be watching this parks presentation or this experiences showcase this year, but we really want to do something special for all of you, and you know, maybe watch it together. So, these big kudos to you to put this together.
Well, these are very rare, and it's not me, Vash. We should say it's you. You're the one who came up with the idea. Jonas reached out to me, and I said, you know what? It's a Saturday night. We don't typically do that. But again, these are exceedingly rare, and this is one where the future of Disney parks is going to be set. Vash, as we get ready to go into it, you're going to be watching. The way this works is you're going to be watching the feed to see what they say and what they tell us, and then we're going to weigh in on that. We've also got various sources and live feeds that we're ready to jump to. I will say, Vash, before we get into the stream tonight of D23 in the parks, which, by the way, is copyright, so Disney is not going to let us live stream that, but it's on Disney Plus, and so. But we're going to talk about it as it happens.
Absolutely.
Vash, your thoughts on the folks out there who have taken the time to overlay the model with the actual, Magic Kingdom when it comes to Piston Peak? I've been pretty darn critical about this, and I feel rather vindicated.
Yeah, it's about what we expected, and that's kind of unfortunate because we, to take over the Rivers of America, right, and to basically desecrate Walt's legacy right in the middle of Magic Kingdom is kind of like, ooh, that's a big decision right there. Obviously, are going to blow us away. At least we're hoping for its replacement. And I'm looking at this, and I don't know. I understand, they just had a little bit of a presentation going over this, right? Apparently, they were really encouraged by Wilderness Lodge and Fort Wilderness, and some of the other kind of wilderness excursions that Disney's done. They went all around the North America to try to find some locations to take inspiration from. You obviously have the implementation of caricature, I do believe, not architecture, but caricature. Yeah. So it's like they're doing the thing, and that's fine. But in that presentation they gave today, it's like, okay, well, we have all of these distinct locations around Frontierland. How do we bind these all together? So let's go ahead and do something that maybe wholly integrates itself into its surroundings. I don't know if they've necessarily accomplished that. We are getting the rally race attraction, which, I don't know. Hopefully it's reliable.
Let me ask you about this. So, Vash, we were told it was an off-track thing. They played the little video of the off-track stuff, and I made fun of that and said, there's no way. It's not really off-track at all. Vash, we've seen the layout now. I thought it was super simple, like just silly simple looking.
It's basically going around the exterior perimeter, right? And that's the amount of ride length they can get, because remember, this thing is 4 acres. It's very, very small. So in order to maximize ride time, they have you going around the perimeter of the entire thing. And some of that looks interesting. Yes, slowly, because they can't go fast. Well, you can't, because it's not that long of a ride track. So they're going with experience rather than acceleration, which I suppose is fine.
The water, Vash. There's no water. I mean, they promoted that in that new concept art to get people to get off their keisters. Right. There is almost no water. They put some water around Tiana's splashdown, and then you move past that, and it's down to nothing.
Yeah, it's a little stream. It's a little stream. Very on the side
anyway.
There.
I don't want to be overly negative. We probably will be. Let me explain the rules though for tonight, folks. As we get ready to get going, we're closing in already on 500 of you, and we typically wouldn't even be done with the intro right now. So happy to have each and every one of you. Here's the way it's going to work. I'm keeping an eye on That Park Place and the Pro Channel on our Super Chat goals. For the Pro channel, if we hit 20 tonight, we are going to be doing a Q&A with me and Vash. So we hope we hit that. On That Park Place, we've got a goal of 10, depending on where you are. And over on That Park Place, if we hit 10, we'll give away 10 memberships for That Park Place. So that's the plan right now. We've got about 200 joining us on Pro. We've got about 60 joining us on That Park Place, the Restaurant X with Vash Sky, podcast, YouTube as well. And Vash, anything going on with your channel tonight in terms of goals or anything like that?
Oh, no goals, but maybe I should start one.
Set a 5. But Vash, we hit 5, we take 5. That's a great thing for us. Let's do one that actually benefits us. All right, Vash, what do we got? And then we'll get the super chats up on the screen. What do we got so far in terms of news? Anything happening right now?
Nothing happening right now. Look at the feed, and nothing's going on, which is really unfortunate. It's D23, so they're late yet again. Apparently, the Entertainment Showcase last night was 20 minutes late, so go ahead.
We got plans. There's nothing they can do to throw us off, okay? There's not a single darn thing. We're ready to rock, baby. We know what we're doing. Disney might not. Mark Fields for $9.99. I want to wish everybody positive vibes and have an absolutely fantastic night. Thank you, Mark. We're going to have a great night because you're here. I mean it. Mark Fields also for $1.99. And this is on another one of the channels, so we're picking up all over the place. Mark Fields for $1.99. Positive vibes, one and all. Be safe, all of you. The only way we know how to do it. One Magical Spark for $1.99. Power to the Niners. The mill is the same as the one that was on Tom Sawyer. Vash, have you seen that?
I have not seen that. That's interesting.
The mill. Did they? I thought they tore the mill down. I guess they had to. They tore it down so they would have. Pause this for a minute. Hang on. Let's look.
Oh, sure.
I've got it paused now, Vash. I don't see a mill on here anywhere. Do you?
I didn't see it immediately. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a mill featured in this, and we just haven't quite seen it. I've tried to examine this artwork as much as I can. Yeah. And it kind of makes sense that you would have maybe an homage to the mill, but like you said, Pro, I think they did demolish that, so it would only be an homage. I don't think they kept. All right,
let's talk about this real quick, Vash. The second attraction, because they're taking up a massive amount of land, and the amount of money that is being poured into this is insane. The amount of money just to drain the stuff and tear it all down is crazy. But we're getting 2 attractions, right? 2, not 3 out of this. And Vash, we're looking right now at the second attraction. Again, we're in insane hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars to do these 2 attractions. Vash, this is like a little tilt-a-whirl kind of thing. I mean, this is just we're spreading pixie dust on the tilt-a-whirl right now.
Right. So Disneyland Paris's Disney Adventure World has a attraction called Four Race Rally, and it's kind of a combination between alien swirling saucers and perhaps teacups. And so that's really what we're getting right here. It looks like
you lost me at alien spinning saucers. Let me tell you, it's the most boring ride. I'd rather ride the carpets of Aladdin than the alien swirling saucers.
Well, I will say, even in Alien Swirling Saucers case, right? Alien Swirling Saucers has a canopy. This does not. So, I do.
You've managed to make alien swirling saucers sound better than something. Oh my gosh!
Well, it's Florida, so I do kind of wonder if, in fact, they are taking the heat into account. I hope they are, but dude. I'm a little bit surprised by that, and that's the other thing too with that Rally Racers attraction outside. Yeah. By the way, that's already been diminished. Pro, first piece of concept artwork that they showed actually showed 2
the dual racer
vehicles
thing.
side by side. And now it's just single file the whole way through. So is it really racing?
No, it's not.
Maybe time?
No, it's not outdoors. It's not a dirt track. It is outdoors. It's not a dirt track. It's not. All that's a bunch of nonsense. All right, we're waiting for Culture Casino to connect. He is in the arena right now. He's going to try and get in here and help us out. Back to the Super Chats, though, and then we're going to talk about Spider-Man while we wait on Disney to get their delay over with. By the way, folks, closing in on 1,000. Welcome to you all across all of the different platforms we're on. This is the place to be for Disney. I mean, flat out, we'll take on anybody tonight. We know the stuff. Vash is a genius when it comes to all things Disney. Once upon a time, they told me WDW stood for something. We're running a contest right now to rename that, whatever that's going to be. Fan Guy for 5. Hi, guys. First time on live as a new member. I'm very excited to be here. Fan Guy, we're excited. You're here. Trust me. Cliff Licks. Cliff, what a joy, man, to see you out there. Hope you're doing well for 5. Does Liberty Square survive on Monday morning? Hang on. I'll show you this. Cliff, that's a genius question. It's genius because we know what happens. We know what happens after they announce these things. Then they come out. And Vash, you saw them lay out what all of these little lands mean. And there was no Liberty Square anymore. They got rid of Liberty Square from their little, what all these areas are. So, but I'll say this. Liberty Square as we know it is already gone. Because it's going to look like Alaska now. It's stupid. I hate to be this way. I don't often do this, okay? But I have to on this one. It's stupid. They're going to make it look like Alaska so they can stick a Cars attraction in there.
Right. So you can see that they're a little bit worried about some visual sightlines and some visual intrusions. So that's why they're moving. So
they dropped the Matterhorn on Philadelphia, 1776.
Right. So you have the Tree of Liberty right down below, and then this big old like you said, the Matterhorn. It's kind of like that's a little bit weird. But the panel for the Piston Peak did happen today. Saw that. It was a short presentation, but the lead engineer, I bet it was. I can't remember his name. Yeah, exactly.
Of course, it was a fast one.
15 minutes. I was like, whoa, okay, whatever. They said not doing anything with Liberty Square. Liberty Square is staying. It is here to stay, and it's part of our story of Frontierland that we now have. So to just
can you imagine? Can you imagine if the 250th anniversary? They came out on Monday and said, "Hey, by the way, Liberty Square, that's done. It's upstate New York now." These people.
I can imagine it. That's the problem. Don't do that, Pro.
I don't want to give them ideas. One magical spark for $1.99. Power to the Niners. Mill has tire wheel and Lightning McQueen inside. All right. Well, we'll check that out as it comes by on the B-roll here. We'll see if we can see that. The Mill has the tire wheel and Lightning McQueen inside. All right. We'll keep an eye out. Cool. Pastor of Muppets is out there. Oh my gosh, we got a 2-year anniversary. 24 months as a member.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday indeed. Pastor of Muppets, Disney removed Rivers of America for this? It's terrible. I thought there'd at least be an off-road racing field at the Cars track. Nope. And we told you the whole time. I called this in the beginning. I said, they cannot do an off-track anything. There's no way. They can't do it because anytime it rains, which is every day, it'd be shut down for hours. Looks boring. I'm reserving my opinions on the X-Men casting as I don't know the cast's abilities. I want to be positive about the X-Men cast, but it does.
What do you think?
It feels a little Disney Channel to me. I like the Emma Frost casting. Sadie Sink's a great actress, but it's when you put them all together that it just feels extraordinarily young. Like really young, like X-Men High or something.
Right. What do you think about Indy Neverett being included in there? Obviously coming off of Obsession there. I thought that was an interesting casting choice for Rogue.
I want to hear if she does the accent or not first. Then I'll tell you.
Okay. Fair enough.
Rogue, you got to do, because isn't Rogue, isn't she supposed to be like from Mississippi?
Yes.
It's like it's a really interesting, and then Gambit's from Louisiana, so those two accents, we'll see what she can do. If she comes out and talks like a little California SoCal girl. All right, no Valley, please. Mushroom Madam is out there for 5. Good evening, Vash, Pro, and Show, sending you all positive vibes. Well, thank you so much. All right, absolutely. I can see Vash is listening in right now to D23. We've got about 1,400 of you joining us right now. Very happy to have each and every one of you across all of our platforms. And folks, also tonight, we're going to be talking about Night Flight, the new Dollywood attraction, which just might be the best dark ride in years. It's amazing. We'll talk about that too. Vash, what are you hearing right now?
Oh, well, they are introducing Neil Patrick Harris to the stage, almost like a late night show, which is a very interesting choice for theme there. But Neil Patrick Harris taking the stage at the Experiences Showcase.
Interesting. And folks, we'll be giving you exactly what happens, what they announce as it happens right here. It's going to be a great time. And we've also got some stuff we can share with you. We'll go ahead and start pulling this up on the screen right now. Ladies and gentlemen, here we're going to be using Drew the Disney Dude. Drew Smith is, we're fans of him. He's fans of us. We think he is, at least. And pretty sure that's the case. And he's sharing some photos from inside the arena. Culture Casino is inside and is supposed to be doing this for us. But culture is having some internet issues at the moment, so thus we go with Plan B. Drew, you're never Plan B, but, well, tonight, maybe. Here we go. They're doing it like a late show, as Vash said. Late show Horizon. Very clever. And we can see here Josh tomorrow joining in. We'll play this. This is Josh coming in while we wait for Vash to tell us the exciting news. All right, Vash, as we watch Josh, first time as a CEO, he's a parks guy, a lot of writing on this. Your thoughts?
A lot writing on this right here. Obviously, being uplifted from the parks segment of the Walt Disney Company. Really got to get this one right. A lot of people are predicting this is going to be an off year right here, but maybe, in fact, for his first D23 Expo as CEO, obviously hosting this parks segment here, maybe perhaps we can have some surprises that could really enthuse the crowd, enthuse the fans. We'll see. We'll be looking for that, though. I thought he did well, though, yesterday, taking the stage for the first time as CEO in a D23 Expo there. They had a little tribute to a fan who had passed away, so that was very, very cool. So far, it's been okay. The Entertainment Showcase was better than 2024, I will say.
All right, Vash, what do we got from your side? You're listening in. You're watching it in one of your 57 monitors. I don't know if people have seen what it looks like, but you basically have Star Trek. The Space Command is right there at your command. What are you seeing, Vash? What are you seeing?
Well, we have Neil Patrick Harris. He's still giving kind of his intro.
Tell him to shut up. We're ready to go.
I know.
We don't need the patter. Just go, man. Just go. We skipped an intro for this.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
We don't usually do that here on WW Pro or even Vash Guy Podcast or that Park Place. But he's still kind of prepping the crowd right here. He's talking about Josh Giamaro. He's talking about maybe Thomas Moslem.
Can we boo him? Can we boo him to get him to go? Boo! Boo Neil Patrick Harris. Let's go. Boo!
Come on, get to the announcements. It's only a 2-hour show.
Yeah, get to the good stuff. Get to the good stuff. Yeah. Folks, if you're just joining us, we got a lot to cover tonight. We're talking about the future of Disney parks. This is a big one because if you've ever watched how presidents act in the government, you know that when a president comes in, that's the moment that he can initiate all those big ideas and try to get the Congress behind him because he has all the political cachet and sway. It's actually the same thing for CEOs. So Josh tomorrow needs to get a splash. Now, he can get momentum and really go places if he does that, if he gets some successes under his wings. But if he comes out and has sort of a lackluster D23, that's not good. And so far, on the park side, I think it's been rather lackluster. On the media side, it's very interesting, the strategy they've done. They've gone with essentially a sequel assembly line. We've got Coco 2, Incredibles 3, Frozen 3. We've got, I'm missing some of them. Stitch 2, what else? The X-Men are back, but with new characters, younger characters. Doomsday is, of course, continuation of the IP. The only new thing at D23 entertainment-wise was Hexed. And I don't think many people are excited about Hexed. So,
well, they did announce Clay.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Is that an animation short, though, Vash?
No, it's going to be a live-action picture. Should be coming out 2028 from Disney Animation. So
that's one of those I need to get to. As I said, out of pocket yesterday and a little bit today, going to Dollywood and doing their new attraction, which is amazing. So I'm going to get caught up on some stuff like that.
Right.
All right, Vash.
Gato also coming out March next year.
Shut up, Vash. Nobody cares about Gato. I'm kidding, Vash. I'm not mean. Listen, folks, you got to understand. That's how me and Jonas and Vash, and I'm just being silly when I say shut up. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. It's just like, oh, Mark Ruffalo is a cat. Boy, imagine that. Who came up with that casting?
Well, would I cast Mark Ruffalo? No, but the animation looks a little pretty good and it's a little funny. We'll see. So they have these characters up on stage right now acting out at classic, I think, Epcot animatronics, which is very, very interesting. It's all part of a musical number. So Neil Patrick Harris is singing, dancing with all of these different animatronic characters.
Vash, never has the audience been so happy they're not watching it actually themselves. Never have they been so excited as the way you just described that. So you're telling me that Neil Patrick Harris is dancing with real people pretending to be animatronics?
Yes. And
is Dreamfinder up there?
Dreamfinder's not up there. But then they have I think a female actress playing Abraham Lincoln right now, and standing up and doing the whole spiel thing. Did
you see the drag queen with Enchanted today? Did you see that?
I did witness this. Yes.
Okay, I don't want to drag you into I don't want to drag you into controversy, Vash, but I find it interesting that Dana Walden's in charge, and everybody I talk to says Disney's going right back to the stuff that divides and gets them in trouble and all that stuff. You know, it seemed to be in full force. And I'll tell you this: I saw Jodie Benson, and Jodie Benson plays the Little Mermaid in Barbie and Toy Story, and Jodie Benson is a Christian conservative, and Jodie Benson did not look like a happy Jodie Benson with the 6'5", 6'7", whatever person. I'm just telling you, kid stuff, kids content, right? There's what it was supposed to be, folks, before they said, oh, by the way, it's a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah.
What do you got, Vash?
They changed up the concept. Tig Notaro was playing the role of Lincoln right there, which is very interesting. Still going through, I guess they now have actors acting out Pirates of the Caribbean as audio animatronics up on stage. So they're doing this
all right, here we go.
Wackadoodle musical segment right now.
Here it is. Here's what we talked about, folks. This is what Vash is looking at. We cannot play it because they'll get us because they're playing this on Disney Plus. So, you know, but you'd rather be here. Trust me. You'd rather be here than there. And we're using Drew the Disney Dude as our plan B today. Oh, she's playing the girl from Spaceship Earth. Okay, in the computer
Alan's
city,
Energy Adventure, by the way, in there. And
yeah. Who came up with this idea? Who did this?
I don't know, but now I'm looking at somebody who is dressed in a table as Madame Leota walking around.
Come on now.
You will see it, Pro. You will not believe your eyes. It really is something.
Oh, they've got the We're Singing in the Rain. They've got the Singing in the Rain animatronics back there, I think, or is that Casablanca from the great movie, right? I don't know. Anyway, so we're using Drew Smith right now, and thank you to him because Culture Casino is in there, but apparently does not have a great feed or strength of connection, and so he's struggling to get us the live feed that we wanted, but we'll use Drew for tonight. All right, we'll get to the super chats. Vash, you keep an eye on things, and we'll keep going and going. Folks, updates on the way. Here we go, folks. We're moving on right now to Jay Bordeaux for 2. Kingdom Hearts is the big winner of D23. On that, I agree. And the epic $1 billion investment is the big loser of D23. Kingdom Hearts is the winner, and I think it proves that gaming is where Disney really needs to find their foothold because that is a huge draw right now. Vash, your thoughts on the Kingdom Hearts deal? It's not being done by Disney, so that's partly, I think, why it's so well received.
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts 4 actually looks really, really good. They showed a little bit of its inclusion with Coco last night, which I thought was really, really good. And an animated series, an anime series being adapted from Kingdom Hearts. I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, everything Kingdom Hearts was a total win, total positive for Disney.
Yep, absolutely.
O2RR for $4.99. Thank you both for being willing to do a special stream tonight. Glad both of you have multiple channels streaming just in case Culture shuts down one. For those of you who don't know, Culture was live again from D23 on Friday, yesterday, and was, doing his buttons and stuff with his camera and shut down that Park Place Live, completely closed it down.
Yes. That was
Culture.
Really interesting to be part of that.
Well, just to say, the fact that Culture's having connectivity problems right now is not deeply distressing to us. We were pretty worried about the idea of giving him the red button again. Tennille the 10th for 2. Pro, their media seems like they're in a civil war. Vash, what are they doing right now? Give us an update.
We now have Tig Notaro as a bear now. So she's exchanged the Lincoln getup for a country bear getup, I suppose. And we have people acting as if they're in the Haunted Mansion, people as if they're in the Pirates of the Caribbean, and the philosopher, I suppose, from Epcot Spaceship Earth. I know. I know.
Really missing this. I'm really missing this right now.
I'm stunned that they went with this.
Some kind of special.
It really is a choice.
Let's see. We'll do another update real quick. Here we go, folks. Oh, no. Let me switch this over.
Not Paige O'Hara. Don't bring Paige O'Hara into this.
All right. So we've got, speaking of Here's Neil Patrick Harris with someone in a bear outfit, no hat, no mask. Yeah, that's something. That's really something.
Taro. Yeah, that's.
Tell me who is this Tic Taro? Sounds like a terrible Mortal Kombat boss.
This is the first time I have heard of Tic Notaro.
It'll be the last time.
Apparently, she's a stand-up comedian, producer, screenwriter, and director.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Should I ask the question or just leave it alone, Vash? Just leave it alone?
I think we should just leave it. Sleeping dogs lie. Bears lie.
Okay. Christian Corralejo for 5. I read that Josh was walking around D23 greeting guests. If he continues to do so and Culture manages to catch him, does he have questions at the ready? My understanding is Culture's already caught Josh tomorrow at least once. So stay tuned. Eric Stratton for 10. Mike, Jay, and Blaine are going shark diving on boat tour 70 miles from Orlando. Who in Prosphere will join them? I guess Culture.
That'd be cool.
Folks.
With the shark tours?
How is it that Jay gets to go shark diving and I got paid $300 to eat haggis next week? How is it that Jay and his friends are going deep sea fishing and diving and I'm going to be eating haggis? Priorities need to shift around this place. Let me tell you, we need to shave Lorne. Wolfo for 502, Vash and Pro in the same show. Neat Jonas as well. It'll be like we time traveled to 2025. Chevette for 5. To be fair, the last time Lincoln went to the theater, it didn't go well either.
Oh, that's...
Yes, folks, we only have high-class stuff on this show.
Right.
To Neil the 10th for 5. Yeah, but winner of D23 is still kind of like being the most well-fed person at Treblinka. And then we've got Just a Dutchie out there. Just a Dutchie, hope you're feeling better. For 6, Pro and Vash, this is going to be good. Make sure Culture's not attacking any streams again. Just like his prostate. All right, Vash, what do we got? What's the latest?
Goodness gracious. Looks like the musical segment is coming to its conclusion. They just had
thank
Pedro
the
Hair, the
Lord.
voice of Belle, and Joe Rody actually out there, which was very interesting. So it looks like it's all completed, and the crowd, they just showed a crowd shot of that. The faces are amazing. So, As it's over, did Statler and Waldorf pop up and say, "We surrender, we surrender"? They should have. That would have been perfect.
Yeah.
But no, not that clever.
All right. Well, we're looking right now at the new facade that's going to be put on Dino Institute over at Animal Kingdom. The Mayan temple that'll be. I've been looking at some aerial shots of this being constructed right now, and they're moving more quickly than I had anticipated on this one. So good on them for that, eh?
Absolutely. They're expecting a 2027 turnaround for Indiana Jones. We'll see if they actually hit that deadline right there. But a lot of care going into the Mayan architecture for this area.
Kenny McCormick for $199. I feel like I should switch it. If we're going to do Kenny, well, you won't be able to understand me, but we'll do it this way.
Oh, sweet! Kenny McCormick! Hey, so poor. For $199, we got Pro without glasses before GTA 6. I knew this was going to happen. Now I'm just going to get the Colonel's brown gravy recipe. Sweet!
All right, back to it. Thank you, Kenny McCormick. Good to see you out there. Thank you very much. All right, Vash, 1,500 people joining us, and that was more entertaining than what Disney's been doing. What do we got next?
That's true. We have Thomas Muslim finally taking the stage in a very black suit, black shirt. He's out there, though, finally. Thomas Muslim being the chairman of Disney Parks or Experiences, whichever one you want to use. So he's out here with his Austrian accent and serenading the crowd. Currently.
6 seconds. I feel confident we can play this for 6 seconds. You ready? This is what, folks. This is what you're missing on Disney Plus. We got somebody dressed like they're in a small world. We got is that Paige in the bell dress? No, surely not.
No.
She would not.
No.
You got some lady dressed as Olaf. You get the idea. There's Neil Patrick Harris.
Those are Small World dolls. Small World dolls.
Oh my gosh. Wow. This is bad. Like, really, I'm putting the sunglasses on.
We are 30 minutes into the hour and nothing.
Nothing. Come on, Josh. Josh, what are you doing to us? Come on, Josh. Glyph for 5, I was fearful that they were going to bring out Walt Disney in lipstick and wig. Whew! We dodged that one. Cliff, the night is young, my friend. The night is young.
Yes, it's true.
The night is not yet even close to over. There's no telling what they'll do.
You know, I was stopped one day when the little boy asked, "Do you draw Mickey Mouse?"
No! It can't be. What is it? It can't be. What did you do, Ray?
And I had to admit I do not draw anymore.
No more.
Well, then you think up all the jokes and ideas. No, I said I don't do that. Finally, he looked at me and said, "Mr. Disney, just what do you do?" Well, I said, sometimes I think of myself as a little bee.
Thank you again, Cliff. And Vash, what do we got going on right now?
Well, it is Thomas Muslim. He is talking about how it's the 20th anniversary of, I guess, some park around the world. I wasn't able to hear it very clearly right there. He's a little bit hard to understand. So.
It's you said it's the 20th anniversary of some park. Let's think about that. What park would that be? The 20th anniversary?
Well,
not
I mean,
not
the
Disneyland
10th
Paris.
anniversary of Shanghai, 2026,
Yeah.
right? And 20th anniversary of...
Is it the second park in Paris?
Hong Kong.
Oh, is it Hong Kong?
Yeah, 2005.
Oh boy, that's been a disaster. So happy 20th.
That's true. Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, sorry. Of all the parks, that's the one that you would say, regret that one.
Yeah, I don't think they look at that very proudly. But we're supposed to get an announcement concerning that, given they had a Spider-Man attraction, Drop Tower attraction that they had announced previously for that specific park, and now that's been turned into an Avengers Drop Tower, which is interesting.
Well, there you go. Yeah, to give people an idea of just how bad it's been, Hong Kong is well, during the pandemic, it was across the parking lot was shared with a involuntary encampment. That was the first video we ever did together.
Yes.
Vash, we're getting news now that this is allegedly a new Disney Parks roller coaster. This is the coaster that allegedly is going into Villains Land that they've snuck into a collage. So there you go. There's your first look at a supposed Villains Land roller coaster.
There was a roller coaster featured in the art, and we have heard that it's going to encompass, as Villains Land, maybe perhaps 3 attractions. One of those being a roller coaster wouldn't entirely surprise me. Obviously, they do need additional capacity for Magic Kingdom, and so it's fair. But I'm surprised they would sneak that in a collage.
There it is. That's what it is. Supposedly is the Villains Land coaster, and that gives you a look at what would allegedly be one of the mountains / castle looking things that you race through. So looks like a Maleficent themed thing to me. Just my first guess, but there you go, folks. If you're looking for breaking news right now, that's the best tidbit we got so far. Vash, any thoughts?
Well, I've seen that coaster artwork right there in the concept art that they've released, and I will say it looks pretty intriguing, especially going through waterfalls and so forth. We'll see how much of that actually comes to reality, but not entirely surprised that they've gone with a coaster. Now, I will say, very interesting. They are honoring the previous legends, Imagineering legends. So you have Tony Baxter on the stage, Kim Irvine, Joe Rohde. You have Wing Chao, I do believe. Bob Gurr is being featured right there, which is very,
Tom
very cool.
Fitzgerald on there?
Tom Fitzgerald is not. He is
Okay, because he just retired, and he's been a booger behind the scenes going after Tony Baxter's legacy.
years.
So,
right.
yeah.
Bruce Bond, though, he is taking the stage, also in black. It's very, very interesting. It's like a funeral. So I don't know why that is. Maybe we'll learn tonight what we're going to lose for what we're going to get.
By the way, not a super chat, but it's going on the screen. Tony Baxter is such a nice guy, always at Festivals of the Arts. Yeah. Yes, we are big fans of Tony Baxter here, and we do not like, in some ways, the way that Tony Baxter has been treated by the Disney company. It's good to see him getting what he deserves tonight. remember that if it was not for Tony Baxter, Disney would not have Star Wars. Now, they may have screwed up Star Wars, but an Imagineer named Tony Baxter is the only reason that Disney has Star Wars. Flat out, period. That's it. USS Cushing for $4.99. Quick question. How much is Epic Universe's success forcing Disney to accelerate construction plans? A ton. That's what it's doing. We don't know, though, if Disney's going to get this done in any kind of time. Vash, it's still a dirt pile. It's still just a dirt pile, the Cars attraction. So I think Encanto is 2028. I think Cars is 2030, maybe. Villain's Land is way out there.
Way out there. Villain's Land is far out there. I will say that the fact that they actually brought out the entire model of Piston Peak, right, and they only brought out a couple of trees for Villain's Land suggests they're still deep development and figuring out what
and those were just blue sky concept ideas for what it might be like. Here's video from Drew again, the Disney dude, Tony Baxter there, Lady in Pink, don't know who she is because, well, we're not looking at her, but there's Tony Baxter, very well deserved. Who is that, Vash?
Kim Irvine.
Okay, and there's Rhodey over there on the left. Who's our gentleman on the left, Vash?
Wing Chao.
What is Wing Chao? Yeah, what is he famous for at Disney?
Disney Cruise Line. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
All right, there you go, folks. There's our legends, and Tony Baxter deserves to be there, and kudos to him. And Rhodey too, and Irvine. Now, listen, all those people on stage right there, they deserve it. So, and I'm glad they did it the right way. I'm glad that there's not some sort of dancing table next to them. That would be weird.
You got to see.
Why would you do that, right?
So Leslie Iwerks out there in a gold jacket talking about world builders, talking about her grandfather's legacy, being Ab Iwerks, of course. And so it's talking about the documentary, the behind the scenes of Imagineering. Nothing announced yet, just kind of patter, make you feel good kind of moments, which is nice, but a lot of people are kind of waiting for some substance here. And maybe this is reflective, Pro, of the lack of announcements for tonight, right? Maybe perhaps it's like, hey, look, listen, we got nothing after 17 different announcements last time.
Absolutely. And Vash, I want to welcome everybody. We're getting ready to top 1,600 people across all of our platforms. We appreciate everybody who's out there, and want to give a shout out to Dollywood as we're doing this. Dollywood invited That Park Place and the team out to Night Flight, their new mega attraction. They've just opened. Season pass holders got access today to it. And we'll be talking about that later in the show today after we cover the D23 stuff. Folks, don't go anywhere. Really want to talk about Night Flight. It puts Dollywood in the same space as Disney and Epic in terms of amazing attractions. Dollywood already has some of the best roller coasters, but in terms of like indoor dark ride theming, I mean, Disney and Universal, nobody really catches up with them. Dollywood just made a major stride towards that. Vash, before I go to Super Chats, anything new from you?
Yes, they have started to play footage of World Builders as part of this presentation right here. World Builders, obviously the documentary taking place, and they're saying it quite openly that this is, during the pandemic. This is, during the time when the parks were closed and what actually Disney was doing, what was actually going through Imagineering. So they're showing some footage of that. Should be preparing tomorrow on Disney+.
Gotcha. All right. Drew is also saying that wait, here we go. The Hatbox Ghost got shade. We'll play this real quick. 6 seconds. Sure. We can play it. Here we go.
Mm-hmm. Seriously, Disney World? Hatbox goes after Leota, not before.
Okay. Real funny. All right. Jeez Louise. Build a Better Adventure for Two. Thank you for giving up your Saturday for us. Well, listen, it's a pleasure. The idea that we're being invited into 1,600 different homes right now, listen, it's a joy. We love it. We love it, and we thank you. Wherever you are, it's it's a big deal to get invited into your day. So thank you. Cliff is out there again for 5. I got a chance to meet and talk to Tony Baxter at Epcot. Just me and him and a Disney escort for about 5 minutes. We talked about Reflections of Earth. Cool deal, Cliff. And cool. I know that Tony was probably interested in some of the cool stuff you do too. Kaylee for 5. They could have just closed Tomorrowland Speedway and remodeled that into cars. 6 months max. I'm not even a creative, and it makes sense to me. Well, that would have been too easy, right? By the way, it was a difference of just a few million for them to put this in its own place and not destroy Rivers of America. Kayla for wait, there we go. Okay. Price of Reason for 20. Thank you, Price of Reason. Hey Pro, I want to thank you for rating my A-Team watch party stream a few weeks back. It was awesome and I genuinely appreciated it. Price of Reason, it was a pleasure to do that. We love getting to celebrate and support and signal boost all of our friends out there. So thank you for being so kind to say that. Vash, what do we got?
Yeah, I want to correct the record a little bit here. I thought it was going to be World Builders. No, it was actually Imagineering Story Part 2, which is very, very
season 2,
continuation. Yeah.
On Disney Plus.
Right. And apparently coming out 2028, but documenting that kind of infamous time, when the world shut down and everybody's trying to, going through all of this chaos and so forth. Apparently they're saying no filters, being very, very open and honest with I suppose the commentary featured in there should be interesting if in fact Disney allows Leslie to go that far.
By the way, we can't play it because they don't want us to promote their stuff, but we'll go frame by frame and show it to you. This is, of course, the castle, and they're going to show us how it was all... those brave souls, showing where they destroyed rivers of America. Yes. Suckers have got some hubris now, I'm telling you. All right, so here's the little thing. Let's see if we can find the Easter eggs. We got Villain's Land back there, and we got a model. That's probably going to be the roller coaster thing that we already saw. They're going to make sure that it's real. It's real. This is the overview of Piston Peak that they're so proud of, and we're saying, boy, you guys screwed up. Boy, you screwed up, because here's this giant mountain that's going to be right next to Liberty Square, and then you build all this, mountain stuff over here right next to Big Thunder, and it's like, you went to all this trouble? You did all this for a stinky little, slow-moving car attraction like Tomorrowland Speedway and a alien swirling saucers? You did all this for those two attractions?
I have no words, bro. I would never have done that. And if you are going to do that, you can do it anywhere. So,
all right, they figured out how to make the candelabra hang with fish line. Congrats. Sorry, I'm not. The cruise lines are very impressive, and when they do these, that's if they've got video of it being put out to sea and taken off the dock, that's impressive. You got a little bitty Star Wars robots again. Screen of a gator. Vash.
Oh, yes, that's the what is it? Digital, I think, Q segment, or maybe it's actually the on ride of Tokyo's Peter Pan attraction over there at Disney.
Oh, okay.
Fantasy Springs.
10-4. Well, we'll copy that. Let's just get off. There's more cruise stuff. And there's Tangled. Where's Tangled at? Tangled is that Hong Kong?
No, Fantasy Springs once again. Yeah, at Tokyo.
Oh, that's right. Mm-hmm. They got it all at Tokyo. All right, so there you go, folks. That's yeah, show that dandy off.
Oh, that's interesting.
Hello, little lady. Little lady, you don't want to be in that video anymore. Let me tell you, because that guy don't work. That guy do not work, as they say in Louisiana. All right, Vash, give me out of Cajun Country and tell me what you got on the screen.
Okay, so they're going over Carousel Progress Update, and Jamie Lee Curtis and Bryan Cranston are going to be playing, I believe, the mom and the dad, right? For that final scene 4 of Carousel Progress. I just announced that around this stage 4.
Wait a minute. Are they not playing them in the other scenes?
I don't know. They could be, actually, and I just missed it, but they were showing the scene 4, at least, on the...
Jamie Lee Curtis is the mom.
Jamie Lee Curtis. That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember, she's
Cranston, I can kind of see. I mean, it's going to sound a little weird, but I can see it. I can see him getting that vocal range, but and Jamie Lee Curtis is the mom.
Right.
Wonder if Uncle Orville's going to be there. We're bringing him back.
They should be. Yeah. They said that they were going to do the famous line, no privacy at all around this place. So hopefully they keep that audio.
Oh, no. No, Vash.
What?
No, they didn't. They replaced him with the mom.
Yeah, in the 80s scene, of course. They already announced that, bro. Yep. That's why they have Jamie Lee Curtis. Oh.
We're done here. We're done.
Sorry. I do apologize. Hello. How is everybody doing today?
They couldn't
Yes,
figure.
this is,
They couldn't figure out how to diversify it enough. So they're like, "Get out of here, John. It's the mom's turn. It's a woman's world after all." Wow.
I knew it. So Neil Patrick Harris is talking about how they're going to have a focus on entertainment, nighttime spectaculars at Disneyland. So original World of Color coming back. I believe the Magic Happens parade's coming back. They said that a fireworks show was going to be featured. I couldn't quite hear what that was, so I missed that a little bit. If anybody has the fireworks show, I'll tell you more information about that. And wait a minute. Oh.
Vash, I can't hold this face much longer.
Sorry. What? Apparently they're talking about outer space with Tokyo and Paris in some way. So maybe Tomorrowland. Maybe this is the Tomorrowland segment. Perhaps Space Mountain going to be featured.
Hoping
here.
it's where we could fling Piston Peak out to.
Remember dreams come true. Yes, Rock Blazer. Thank you so much. That is awesome because that's my favorite fireworks spectacular. But here's the thing, bro. Disneyland, unlike Walt Disney World, is not really gaining anything for many, many years as these concepts develop. So entertainment in the short term makes a great move.
There you go. We've got the full layout now. This is so funny. Holy moly. Folks, there's Carousel of Progress. They replaced John and put the mom in the middle of the thing. So,
yep.
I'll be darned. There's
Pro has lost it. Pro is not doing very well. Yeah,
there's an ethnic minority. There's somebody of darker skin in the bathtub. Vash, can you help me understand this? I mean, listen, I'm all about multiracial homes and, families. It's a cool thing, right?
Uh-huh.
Did Uncle Orville get tanned? There's a woman with dark skin in the tub.
Mm.
You see that?
Yes.
It's interesting. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing at all. I'm going to be like Seinfeld tonight. Not that there's anything wrong with that, all right? But I don't know. Just an interesting choice.
That's progress for you, Pro. I will say what's very interesting is
it's a man with a mustache. No. Hold on.
Please. Sorry.
Hold on. We're zooming in on this. That's it.
Please.
All right. Can I zoom in anymore? Oh, I can. Look at this. It is. Just hanging out in the bathtub. Just a dark-skinned guy with a pink towel on his head and a mustache.
Huh. Uncle Orville for a new generation. So they have two Imagineers out right now talking about Space Mountain. Apparently, it's very funny because the blue-haired Imagineer says, "Hey, I don't like Space Mountain." That's how she starts it out. And then it's like, I'm going to talk about Space Mountain. So we're now looking at, a refurbishment of or an overhaul of Disneyland Paris' Space Mountain. Remember, it's been Hyperspace Mountain for years. So apparently they are restoring the original intent for that Disneyland Paris attraction.
Well, good.
Yeah. Which everybody says is like the best version. So makes sense. Good.
Of course it does. Kayla for 5 would have been cheaper to buy Six Flags and go national as Disney versus what they spent on that silly mountain expansion. We need Stacy back so she can be like, mountain. How did Stacy used to say that? You remember Stacy? Vash, she was on the Disney Resorts feed for about 10 years.
I never got to...
Stacy Assad, I think is her name. Or
Stacy.
Oswald. Laslett for $4.99. There's your useless trivia for the night. Laslett for $4.99. They could have used the other side of that mountain facing Liberty Square to make it into Mount Rushmore. Bunch of white guys. They're not doing that. We're not doing that anymore. Unless it's a CEO. Then we'll do that. All right, Vash. What else we doing? We breaking some Space Mountain. I'm trying not to be mean, okay? I'm trying to be a pleasant pixie duster here for everybody. Don't judge me.
They are apparently they are going over Space Mountain. Obviously, you heard the Paris news, and you're seeing the poster of it now, which is very, very good. I think this is a win for Disneyland Paris fans because they have been asking for this for years. So awesome stuff there.
But why, Vash? It's the best version. Is it because Tokyo's bringing theirs out and they want to try to get back to number one, or what? What's going on?
Well, that's kind of an interesting thing, right? Maybe perhaps, as people compare these various Space Mountains, perhaps it's like, okay, we'll go ahead and work on Paris. It sounds like they're talking about Space Mountain Earthrise right now. I'm trying to see if that's the case. But they really haven't said much here.
All right, triangulate on them, Vash. All right, folks, we'll go over the Super Chat goals right now. Over in the Pro channel, we're at 14 out of 20. So 6 more over there, and we're going to do a Q&A with me and Vash at the end of the show. Over on That Park Place, it's a very sad time. Although we have 83 watching on That Park Place, 0 out of 10 on the old Super Chatometer. And if we hit 10 over there, we're going to give away memberships. We want to give away the membership, so help us send in those Super Chats over on That Park Place as well.
Absolutely.
All right, Vash, what's the latest?
All right. It looks like they are talking about Space Mountain Earthrise over there at Tokyo. And apparently there's going to be a bold new take on this Space Mountain kind of theme, right? Apparently it will feature a launch, will feature brand new visuals, and it will feature onboard audio, as we've heard from, I believe, the expo that they had a few days ago. So I am kind of surprised that this is kind of the announcement that they bring here.
Now, I will say, Vash, that Sir Braden is pointing this out. Braden, of course, of Mickey Views, and we get along pretty well. Understatement. So he's saying that Dreamfinder is still present in some form. Is that the big foreshadowing, or is this just going to be a nothing burger?
I don't really think they're going to really pull the trigger on that. Not yet. I know a lot of people want it to happen. I know a lot, like Walt Disney World News Today and Tom Corliss is like, oh, they got to do this. And it's like, they don't necessarily need to, though, because they sell merch anyway. But,
I like the way you say that. It's not time yet. It's like 20 years ago, it was time, Vash. It was time.
I know. So it's like, okay, well, are they going to do it now? Maybe not. They are talking about Spaceship Earth right now.
Oh,
which
please
is,
Leave it alone.
It looks like they're going to go with an update here. That's what they're setting up.
No. Just fix the air conditioning. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
What do you got, Vash? What do you got on Spaceship Earth?
They're saying they haven't updated it in 20 years, and now they're going to go ahead and update it.
Going to be about all the representation you can get, all the DEI. Spaceship DEI. Capybaras for everybody.
Hang on.
Okay,
folks. So they're broadening the theme of Spaceship Earth. No! Previously it was about communication. Now it's about human connection. That's what she's saying here. Yep. The next chapter begins for Spaceship Earth. Yep.
How do I do this? How do I know this every single time? How do I freaking know this every single time?
That's what they're doing. Human connection. That's the theme now for Spaceship Earth going forward.
It's gonna be people mating the whole way up the hill. Just different forms of mating. It's gonna be a giant space orgy. No, I can't say that. Paul 12,000 for 5. Tuning in to both just tells you which of the two is more popular. I try to help boost the target here. How's everyone? Paul, they're ruining one of the most amazing rides ever. So, well, they got kudos to them. They got Carousel of Progress and they got Spaceship Earth. Two of the reasons I still go to Disney. So they're really, yeah.
Yeah. So, but no Space Mountain overhaul announced for Magic Kingdom. No Space Mountain overhaul announced anywhere else outside of just Tokyo, obviously. We know we're getting that. And Disneyland Paris is a big announcement tonight. So, Braden, if he loves it. Oh, they're doing the Yeti here. Hang on a second.
Oh, no.
Let's see. They're gonna fix the Yeti. They're bringing the Yeti back inside Expedition Everest. That's the big announcement here.
Wait a minute. They're bringing it back inside. They remove it?
Well, I mean, that's what Thomas Muslim says.
Well, they're going to get it fixed. Okay.
The design of it is different from the Yeti that we know before, so perhaps they're replacing it entirely.
Yeah, that would make sense. I mean, I've heard that it's basically impossible to fix it as it is, so Take it apart piece by piece and replace it. Got it. The Spaceship Earth thing, though, man, this is awful. So they're going to take out the whole time travel. It's not going to be time travel anymore at all.
They said that they were going to bring this into the modern era. So I don't quite know what that means. Yeah.
Do they not know what that means?
Look, human connection. But I guess the Disco Yeti comments have earned the ire, and now they're doing something about it.
20 years later. All right. So there you go, folks. We've got this update for you. Spaceship Earth at Epcot will be reimagined, focusing on the present and the future. So no more about time travel. No more about where we've been as a human species.
Oh no!
What?
They're doing another musical segment.
Oh dear Lord!
I think they're going to do the disco thing because of disco.
We surrender. We surrender.
Wow, that's some cringe right there. That's really, you're going to do disco because it's disco. Yeah. Okay.
Disco Yeti. Disco Yeti.
Gloria Gaynor is on stage singing.
Well, there you go. Here you go, folks. The Disco Yeti is going to be no more. Yeti will be fixed at Animal Kingdom. So
that's a different design, bro. The Yeti didn't previously look like that, so it looks like they are changing it out entirely. Like you said right there, it's basically impossible to restore the Yeti as it previously existed. So I do wonder if they did the kind of the puppet thing that Bob Gurr was talking about.
Well, it could be. It could be that they're going to keep the same kind of thing and they're just reskinning it. You know, it's a darker fur with the other one.
True.
They may just be reskinning the thing and replacing the parts so it's super light now. It was the heft of the animatronic was what was the problem. That arm weighed so much that when it swung, it was actually cracking the foundation of the ride.
Right.
So that couldn't happen. Anyway, Mr. Darth Tater for 5. So far, this presentation has just been a lot of fluff. Destroying the things you love, too. And we've got Paul 12,000 up there says, more useless changes for things that is perfect as is. Oh, good grief. Walt would have added, improved, not destroyed, and replaced.
The fact that, and let me clarify my comments from earlier, the fact that we don't have a new version of Journey to Imagination, having been announced years ago, and even still now, is kind of incredible when, you know, they're looking to redo Spaceship Earth again. It's like, come on, guys, what are we doing? Like, the attraction next door needs help, not the attraction that you walk under.
Listen, I don't want to be just mean and negative for the sake of being mean and negative. That's not what I'm interested in. Mm-hmm. Fixing the Yeti is a good thing. But this idea that you're going to go change what Spaceship Earth has been about since Epcot opened, you know, that's getting close to being like, well, we're tired of having a castle in the middle of Magic Kingdom. I mean, that's just ridiculous. You know, like, come on, guys. What you need to do is announce, hey, we're gonna make this be amazing. We're gonna make these scenes amazing, and then we're gonna add the whole descent is gonna be another, like, you get another whole half of a ride with the descent. And instead, they're announcing we're gonna change Spaceship Earth to be about modern human connections. Yuckadoo. Last one for $9.99. Words can't describe how bad these people have made everything. Glad I got to experience Disney World when I did, and so did my daughter. Sick of all this. Can we get more layoffs, please? Well, you know, we don't want anybody to lose their job, but if some of these young Imagineers became custodians instead, it would be okay with me.
Right.
Transfers. All right, Vash, is the musical number over yet?
Musical number's not over yet, which is most unfortunate. I do wonder if, in fact, they heard the fan uproar around Carousel of Progress, and the fact that they were going to feature so many of the iconic moments from Spaceship Earth in the new version of Carousel of Progress. I wonder if that was like, okay, well, if in fact we're going to feature like the moon landing, for instance, for Carousel of Progress, let's go ahead and maybe remove it from Spaceship Earth. And I wonder if that conversation took place. Like, there's some redundancy there, so now it's time to update the icon for Epcot. It's possible. I'm not sure if that's the case, but it kind of sounds like that may have been a motivating factor, potentially.
So I'm looking right now. Culture, if you've been hearing these dings over and over, that's my device going crazy as Culture is sending me reactions from inside the arena. Does not sound like some of these are getting the kind of responses Disney is expecting. So that's the live reactions may not be what they had hoped for. They think people are just going to lap it up, and I'm not sure that's what's happening here. Vash, your thoughts on maybe a tepid response to some of this stuff? Maybe the same kind of not like, moaning and groaning that we're doing. Oh my gosh, no, Vash, I was making a point. I got to stop.
Go ahead, please.
Disney Parks post this.
What?
Thank the Phoenicians. A broadened vision of human connection is coming to Spaceship. Are they mocking the Phoenicians, the whole bit about the Phoenicians, and being like, thanks to them, like, thank you to the Phoenicians, we're getting rid of them? Say what?
I think that's right.
They copyright an altercation to, oh, look at that. He's got the first chapter begins in his little hands. Read all about it. So they're doing this as they are going to destroy these wonderful sets and animatronics.
Right. Again, by the way, this is now the second time we've endured this as Disney fans. Obviously coming off of Carousel Progress.
Man, they are after everything Walt.
Yep.
I mean, I know Spaceship Earth comes after Walt, but it's still an homage to the World Fair concepts and what he was all about, and the where we've been and where we're going. They really hate that. Chef Eddie for $5, you guys have not even mentioned the new bars and casinos that are coming in. I heard that Jay was going to jump the shark, not swim with them. Vash, are we getting casinos on the cruise lines yet? Is that the next thing?
No casinos yet. Not seeing that announcement right there. I'm guessing though they would roll out the red carpet for that one though. John Stamos now taking the stage, so it's a bunch of filler yet again.
We're gonna get what is it? Jesse and the Rippers out there.
That would be more entertaining than what's on the stage.
Forever. 16 out of 20 on the Pro channel, folks. 3 out of 10 on that Park Place. Hoping we hit those goals. We would love to give the Q&A as well as give those memberships away.
Absolutely.
All right, Vash. We're going to go back to the B-roll right now of things we've been seeing at D23 regarding theme park stuff. Folks, if you like it, check it out. It's on the screen right now. If you are listening to us across the Tickety Talks, the Instagrammies, the GeoCities, and everywhere else we might be, just know that you are in good company with about 1,800 other people joining us right now on the most authoritative locations for everything you need to know for your next Disney vacation. We here are not pixie dusters or cupcakers. We just tell the truth. We want you to have the best time possible for generations to come. So we calls them like we sees them. We love the the Space Mountain stuff. We're big fans of fixing the Yeti, but changing Spaceship Earth and what it's been about since the beginning, nope. And that Carousel of Progress concept art, what the heck is that? So that's where we are right now. Vash, where are we going?
All right, looks like we're going to Marvel right now. They are talking about, obviously, Spider-Man's tremendous success. John Stamos is now hosting this, so I'm guessing they're going to talk about the Hong Kong Avengers attraction, also, too, probably Avengers Campus, the expansion there happening at DCA right now, and I'm pretty sure they're also going to talk about the Spider-Man-themed coaster over there at Shanghai, because, as you know, everybody's talking about Spider-Man right now, so SEO for the win.
Well, Spider-Man is Spider-Man. So they used Sue Storm to do the narration on this Doomsday trailer, and I just thought, what a horrible mistake that was. Sue Storm in Fantastic Four had 1/6 of the tickets sold as Spider-Man, and you're using that character to introduce Doctor Doom and all this. I thought, this is just. Everything is lopsided right now. You need to be calling Tom Holland and saying, whatever it takes, we need to get you in 20 minutes of this movie. We're going to reshoot whatever it takes. Like, this is what's hot right now. Yes. Tom Holland, Spider-Man.
Correct. and I'm shocked that that hasn't actually occurred. That would have been very, very interesting, and especially, a nice surprise, especially coming off of Spider-Man: Brand New Day, to have Tom Holland maybe in that trailer as a result. But what's interesting about this whole release schedule for Doomsday, the trailer and everything, they didn't actually premiere it before Spider-Man: Brand New Day was in theaters. So the trailer did not play in front of that movie. I am shocked they didn't actually do that. And now it's well on its way to $2 billion. You could have had a lot of publicity for Doomsday. Didn't actually take it.
By the way, folks, we've got images now. Space Mountain in Paris. What they're going to do with the track on the inside. You can see the layout all over there. Interesting. It's a very tight fit. That's what I'll say for it. It's a very, very tight fit.
Yeah.
But it always is in these buildings. They're honestly, they're not great for building a... I mean, the design is cool on Space Mountains, but they're not great for putting roller coasters in. I don't know how that happened, but that's what they've been given.
They're conical structures, right? That all goes back to John Hench and, adapting these things from like the Matterhorn, for instance. And it's a great design, at least, exterior wise and visually, but like you said, maybe not the best.
Well, the difficulty is they're conical, but they're also, well, the one in Paris is not this way, but the one in like Magic Kingdom is offset. So it's conical, but it's also not completely centered. And so if you do anything tall, especially like if you want to do like a loop or something, good luck, but sounds like they're not doing anything in Magic Kingdom anyway. So the oldest roller coaster in Florida survives another many years.
Right. Looks like they're talking about the Hong Kong expansion, the Marvel expansion there. Again, this was going to be a Spider-Man only ride for a period of time. Now, obviously featuring more of the Avengers. They're talking about how they're going to use like 120 feet of storytelling for this. It's a big expansion for that park. Now they're switching over to Shanghai's Spider-Man coaster.
We've got images of this courtesy of Drew the Disney Dude. You can see here the idea of the little drop tower. I mean, it's Tower of Terror with Marvel characters. You all know what it is. I mean, you've done this, so there you go. But if you're in Hong Kong and you like Spider-Man, hope you enjoy it. All right, that's where we are right now, Vash.
Yeah, I'm looking at my feed right now in Vash Guy Parkcast and Rudio over there. I've seen it enough. The format for this Parks panel is dog. Well, you know what that comes next there. A lot of people not enthused about this presentation format. I know I'm certainly not. I think this was a miss and a lot of fluff, but no real substance right there. They're showing the graffiti that's going to be featured for this Spider-Man coaster, so that's just great.
All right, we got the Bryan Cranston and Jamie Lee Curtis thing for the Carousel of Progress. We'll play that real quick. Here we go.
Yep.
I'm confused by this. They have names. Why are we calling them father and mother? Play it again. John is the father. What's the name of the mom in Carousel of Progress?
What
is her name?
What is her name actually? Let me see here. By the way, we don't hear audio on that clip. By the way,
are you for real?
Yeah.
What has been happening lately with StreamYard?
It is Sarah.
Sarah, that's right. Okay, here we go. Try it again. 3, 2, 1.
Still no audio.
Hang on. Darn you, StreamYard. So I click on it. I tell it to... What the... StreamYard won't let me turn the audio on it.
That's strange.
Well, hang on. Literally won't.
If you want to send me the link, I can go ahead and play it on my end and get you right.
That's bizarre. All right, here we go, Vash. Sorry. Real professional right there, folks. Sorry about that. Vash going to send it to you in the back chats.
Yep.
Go ahead and take that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's literally setting it to 0 volume on me over and over and over. Darn you. All right, folks, we'll play it in just a second.
Let's see here. Give me just 1 second.
You've got it up. Hide your history, Vash. Oh my gosh.
No. My history's fine.
Oompa Loompa stockings. What is this?
Oh no, that's no good. Okay,
Here we go, folks.
We got it.
Hi, I'm Bryan Cranston.
Hi, everybody. It's Jamie Lee Curtis.
I am playing the role of father in Carousel of Progress.
I get to voice the mother in the new Carousel of Progress.
When this came across my desk, I thought, oh, I have to do this. It's a legacy for me. The Carousel of Progress came into my life when I was 8 at the New York World's Fair. And the Carousel of Progress, we thought this was amazing, that we're actually seeing this before our eyes.
The Carousel of Progress was my favorite thing at Disneyland. There's a nostalgia to it. There's a sense of wonder about the future. I'm interested in technology. I'm interested in progress. I'm very excited that I get to do this. Very proud.
A real gift for me to be able to know that my voice will be on this ride for millions of people to watch and enjoy.
Okay. All right. There you go, folks. So tell us what you think in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. All right, Super Chats time. Paul, 12,000 for 5. And they wonder why the stock price hasn't gone up much. All this nonsense stuff that doesn't move the needle for anyone or anything. Just announce real stuff. Give us some new rides. Tell us it's going to be a fun... Like, where is the fun? Give us something fun to talk about. I rate for $4.99. You guys got it wrong. The new Bars and Casino is the gym inspired by our very own Culture Casino. I think that would be Bears and Casino then. He loves those things. Mr. Darth Tater has gifted a TPP membership. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And then Cliff Flakes for 5. This D23 show needs less filler and more killer. They're just trying to burn up time. Right. Yes, indeed. Vixen Sky out there for 999. Thank you, Pro and Vash, for this stream. Happy to do so and happy to have Vash by my side.
Absolutely.
All right, Vash, go ahead.
So they're showing the Infinity Defense attraction right now. Apparently, it will be hosted or introduced by Iman Vellani, Miss Marvel, which is very, very interesting. Apparently, they have Hawkeye coming back for this attraction, and apparently they were filming scenes for this while actually doing filming for Doomsday. So a lot of the cast members from that movie going to be featured in this ride right here, including Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, and others. Looks like they're also going with the modern version of Captain America, Anthony Mackie, so that's kind of interesting.
They're bringing back Hawkeye? Jeremy Renner?
Yeah, that's what they said. They're bringing back the Hawkeye. I do believe. I'll go ahead and get clarification on that. I don't think
that would be great, but I think they've had a falling out, so how'd they pull that off?
I'm very, very curious to see, but I heard the word Hawkeye featured. They have shown the interior of the Infinity Defense attraction. Apparently, there are going to be large-scale sets involved. It's not going to just be screen-based, which is very encouraging to us Disneyland fans. 10-4.
All right. Well, it's been a night, let me tell you. I don't know, it's had a ton of great announcements, but it's been a night. This just keeps going. Jeremy Renner for Hong Kong sounds cool to me, eh? Matt TB 707 for $4.99 took a deeper look at info regarding Spaceship Earth. Nothing really too different from the announcement years ago. Thanks for covering tonight. Well, Matt, the only thing is, when they delayed that, we all got excited and said, it's saved! Spaceship Earth is saved! Yes, Vash, what do you got?
Clarification. Kate Bishop, sorry.
Not Hawkeye
is going to be featured. Yeah.
Oh,
I was hoping for that, and maybe my bias slipped out there. So yeah, Kate Bishop.
Okay, just listen. Can we get some She-Hulk on that too while we're at it? I love Haley Steinfeld, but anyway.
Yeah, She-Hulk was actually in the very first iteration of this Infinity Defense attraction. Well, I mean, obviously it's multiple versions, but on the most recent version, when they actually announced it in 2022, She-Hulk was in the concept artwork. Now, I didn't see her in the film, so who knows?
10-4. Mr. Darth Tater is dropping 10 wonderful That Park Place memberships. Thank you so much, Mr. Darth Tater. We appreciate you. I click a button, see what happens. It turned into Lauren Apollo. You never know around here. You never know. We're going to fix that. But I wanted to do this to say thank you.
Every time a membership is gifted, a content creator gets his wings.
Is that gendered language?
We're not at Magic Kingdom, Dad.
It just seemed too good tonight. It just seemed too good. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Darth Tater, and good to see you out there. Chef Eddie for 5. You need to invite Wilton to this show as a special Canadian correspondent. Yeah. I don't know about that one. All right. Let's see what we got going on right now. Updates. Vash, anything else destroyed tonight? I shouldn't be that harsh. And this doesn't, listen, that looks cool. That looks better than, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hong Kong Disneyland. That's cool.
It looks cool. The Spider-Man coaster for Shanghai looks cool. And so I will give them credit where credit is due. I'm not sure about Infinity Defense. I know it was a real disappointment to actually see the model over there at the Imagineering Pavilion in the show floor. They just had, by the way, Harrison Ford actually take the screen and give his blessing for the Indiana Jones attraction, maybe perhaps coming to Animal Kingdom.
That's what Culture Casino is just sending me right now. Culture also says that, because Culture is there sending us live info on this. Culture also says Brie Larson will star in the Stark Flights Lab attraction.
Yes, I did
Brie
see
Larson,
that as well.
Iman Vellani, Kate Bishop. Boy, it's in Hong Kong. I don't know if they like that. Let them have it.
Well, no, that's the one in DCA.
Oh no. You're talking about, this is the one that's going in the parking lot below? Oh, well, I don't know, Vash. You West Coasters might like that sort of thing.
Don't lump me in with these West Coasters.
Brie Larson, Iman Vellani, and Kate Bishop. Now that's a real attraction over there. Disney's going to move back to the... We're seeing this now. Disney is about to be right back in the very middle of the socio-political stuff. That's what this is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Am I wrong, Vash? I mean, that's my read on this park stuff. This is going to be ahead of the entertainment switch.
It kind of feels that way, especially when you look at the cast of characters associated with that Infinity Defense attraction. Remember, back in the day, that was going to be like Captain America and Spider-Man and all these different things. And we've got Kate Bishop is Hawkeye and Miss Marvel. Like, that's not fantastic. They are now currently featuring the Indiana Jones audio-animatronic, and it is a dead ringer for Harrison Ford, an older Harrison Ford, which is interesting, unlike the younger version that we actually have at Disneyland.
Ash, are you telling me that they made old Indy for Animal Kingdom?
Yes, for Indiana Jones and the Myth of the Jade Serpent is the official name.
I don't have anything against old people. I just want to say that on the record. I don't have anything against old people. But I don't know if you all saw how Dial of Destiny did or not. It didn't do good.
It did not do well. And I will say this, to have Harrison Ford actually be part of this Indiana Jones attraction is noteworthy because he was famously opposed, like, big
He's
against
82. Right. He's 82. I have family members who are 82 and older, and I love them, but he should not be. He should not be an 82-year-old animatronic.
I don't know if he's that old, but he's up there in terms of the depiction of Indy in there. But yeah, it's gonna be an older Indy. And look, Harrison Ford's not in Indiana Jones in Disneyland, so it's kind of a big deal. But at the same time, bro, maybe it's not the Indiana Jones that everybody was kind of hoping for.
Just do the show.
Okay. Well,
82-year-old animatronic Indiana Jones. That's the
one.
Mr. Darth Tater for 5. I would like to donate to you guys more, but I'm rarely able to catch a live stream due to working nights. Mr. Darth Tater, I apologize for the negativity you're experiencing right now, but the level of stupid, I can't manage this. People love Indiana Jones. They love Harrison Ford. They want to ride a ride with Indy, who's somewhere between the age of 25 and even 65. They don't want old, sad, decrepit Indy. This would be like putting Jake Skywalker in Galaxy's Edge right now. Like, come on. Paul for 5. I'm still looking for the connection of Indiana Jones to anything for Animal Kingdom. Is he locating and identifying ancient animal figures? Well, there you go, Paul. It's a jade serpent. So it's a serpent.
Jade serpent. I do believe it's going to be perhaps a Mayan mythical creature right there. It's going to be a snake, obviously, and we know that Indiana Jones doesn't like snakes. You're going to be transported into this world via actually walking into the temple itself right there. I'm trying to get more details here, but it looks like they're going to have a physical animatronic snake actually attack you. And, well, let's go ahead and hear from Harrison himself.
Here's Harrison Ford.
Same problem as last time. Oh, no.
There you go, Vash. I'll just send it to you. Ready?
You got it, yep.
Well, don't worry. It was already so quiet you could hardly hear it. Hello, D23. This is Harrison Ford.
Oh, D23.
Coming to you. Just took my Metamucil. I don't know. Harrison looks great for his age. He looks great. He looks great. But I wouldn't want to build an animatronic around, He looks great. I told you it's going to be Seinfeld night tonight. Not that there's anything wrong with that. All right, we ready?
Yep, here's the video.
Hello, D23. Thanks for coming along on all of Indy's adventures. Soon it'll be time for his next ride, and I'm pleased to share that for the first time ever, I'm the actual model of the Indiana Jones animatronic, fear of snakes included. I'm excited for you to see his next epic adventure, and I'm coming to Walt Disney World soon.
That would be it.
Okie doke. Well, good. I like Harrison. I hope the attraction's good. That's all. That's really all I can say about any of this stuff. I mean, I'm not hoping for them to fail. Folks, you're seeing my live, authentic reaction to this stuff too. Like, I don't make this up. When I come out and I say, boy, this is a bad idea, you can see me live, giving my thoughts on this. Here we go. We've got the model of Indy now. You ready? Let's see. Here it is. This is the animatronic model.
It's an older Indy.
It's not terrible, but I mean it's gray-haired Indy. Mm-hmm. Yep. But it's not. It's somewhere in between Crystal Skull maybe, and it's somewhere around Crystal Skull. But I don't know if that's what people want.
I don't think that's what people want either. I will say it's pretty cool to have Harrison Ford in the attraction this time because, oh man, the voice actor that played him in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Temple of the Forbidden Eye back in 1985, not so great. So the fact that we are getting Harrison Ford included in there, his voice, his actual face, that's actually really, really good because Harrison Ford famously did not sign off on his likeness in any way for the original version of the attraction at Disneyland. So Walt Disney World getting the real true indie experience, of course, a little bit more seasoned now.
I'm going to bet, Vash, I mean, they're making this announcement right now. Surely he signed off his likeness for Disneyland and everything else now for perpetuity. Like
I would hope
you would
so.
think. You would think. So
yeah,
they'll come out later and be like, hey, we're updating everything. So, okay. What else we got, Vash? What else?
All right. So we just passed through this segment, and it's actually very fitting that you actually have this B-roll playing because we just passed by the carousel with all the creatures carved into it and so forth. So we just showed all of that. And now we're moving on to the Encanto experience that will be featured in Tropical Americas at Disney's Animal Kingdom.
There you go. Capybaras for everybody.
Capybaras for everybody, right there.
By the way, folks, we're 6 out of 10 on the way to the Super Chat goal for that park place. We'll be giving away memberships. We've hit the goal on the Pro Channel, which means Vash and I will be doing a Q&A at the end. So get your questions ready in your heads, and then you'll put them through your fingers into your device like electricity, and we will accept your gigawatts and tell you what we think about all the cues you have for us. We'll let you know when the Q&A begins later tonight. But right now, we're continuing the live coverage of D23, the park's stuff that is coming out. The expectation was that we would have a Space Mountain update for Magic Kingdom. That is not happening. People were hoping for something from the Journey in Imagination at Epcot. That's not happening. We are getting a change to Spaceship Earth, and it does sound terrible. It's a modern message redo. That doesn't sound good. All about human connection instead of time travel. No bueno. We're also getting an update to Carousel of Progress and the mom is taking the dad's place in the middle, at least in one scene, and there's someone of a different ethnicity in the bathtub in their home, which cool with us. Not that we're saying anything wrong with that, right? So there you go. And, hey, there's the mom who makes the healing bread from Encanto. So, Vash, what do we got? What's happening now?
It looks like we just got the a name for the Encanto attraction. Antonio's Fiesta de Encanto is going to be the official name for this attraction, and it's fitting because apparently this is going to be, Antonio's kind of coming of age, getting of his gift, and that's where the animal inclusion comes in for Animal Kingdom itself.
Antonio's Fiesta de Encanto, right?
Yep.
Dia de Fiesta de Encanto. What was it?
I think it's Fiesta de Encanto. Yep.
Fiesta
Antonio's.
de Encanto. All right.
Yes.
All right. Well, there you go. So that's going to be a dark ride where they have simulated drops where you go through and you see the animals in his room, right? It's kind of like a Peter Pan's flight thing, but more impressive.
Well, I mean, Peter Pan's flight is very, very impressive. This, though, I do believe is going to be, I think, a tracked vehicle actually going through there, which is going to be interesting. We don't know much about it. We do have some shipping manifests, however, from Xeron, a company in Germany that produces ride vehicles of this similar type, being shipped to Animal Kingdom. So we do know that it's a little bit about the proprietor, but not necessarily details, hard details on this ride system. However, it looks like they're going with a voice cast that was featured in Encanto. They're recording their lines now for the attraction itself, and they're showing some model work. They're showing some stuff, but the story and how it's all going to unfold has yet to be revealed. They're comparing this to classic attractions like Pirates of the Caribbean and Haunted Mansion, classic dark rides. So we'll see if they actually get to that point.
Yeah, and my guess is this is probably the first thing, along with Monsters. Well, this is probably faster than Monsters, maybe at this point. What's your best guess on when this comes out, Vash? When do we get when do we get the Encanto attraction? You think?
I think they were saying, I think late 2027, early 2028 is kind of the target time period.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, I'd be really shocked if it comes early 2027 because there's nothing in there right now. So I think late 2027 or early 2028 is my guess. You want a dark ride like that before summer. So hopefully they actually hit that target date.
Can you imagine, Vash? And listen, I'm not trying to be mean or whatever, but can you imagine spending $300 to $2,500 to get in there so that they can put the name of the ride up on the screen? Like there's a whole arena of people, including our buddy Culture Casino. There's a whole arena of people that are there paying $300 to $2,500 to find out what the name of the ride is going to be.
I'm kind of shocked that they don't really have much substance behind all of this. Oh, this is interesting. You are right. Pro, it looks like they will actually feature that incline technology that you were talking about before, because they just showed a detailed piece of concept artwork that's very similar to that pattern. So that's interesting. You're exactly 100% spot on there.
There you go. Interesting stuff. All right, Antonio's Encanto, Fiesta de Encanto on the way. We'll see how that goes, but Vash, we'll go back to, let's see, what do you got? Oh, sorry. I mean, but that, we'll go back to the B-roll right now. I'm glad you didn't have anything up there, Vash. You never can tell with old Pro what he's going to do. All right, let's go. Let's see what we got in terms of, let's see, other news breaking right now. I'm looking at Monitor 17. Monitor 17, what's happening right now? Disney says that they are going to bring back Muppet. No, they're not bringing back Muppet Vision. Okay. We do have some new concept art for the Encanto ride. We'll show it to you right now.
Yep. No height requirement, which is why they're utilizing that tech of the sensation of actually incline, but not actually inclining. So no height requirement for this particular attraction. It's one of the reasons why they did this.
Right. So with no height requirement, it's going to be, like you said, it's going to be like Haunted Mansion. It's going to be anybody can ride this.
Right.
Super simple lap restraint. Just if, it'll be a little bar that comes down, that's it. And so, that doesn't mean that it's not a great ride, but if you're wanting a thrill ride, maybe Indy kinda but probably not that either. But you got other thrill rides at Animal Kingdom. Go get on Everest a few times.
I think it's really important to have a family-friendly attraction like this for Animal Kingdom. There's just not a lot of attractions in general, and so with many of them actually having height requirements, obviously that precludes families from maybe investing in that park substantially, right? So when you have something like this, I think it rounds the experience out. I think this is a good win, especially with Indiana Jones for next door.
Yeah, and I think that I'm seeing something here about Bluey. Interesting. We might show that off later. I don't have any problem with family rides at all. I mean, it's Disney. There should be family rides. 100%, totally on board with that. All right, and that Villains attraction, that roller coaster, if it comes out in 2035, it'll be real fun for thrill aficionados. We've got behind the scenes voice recordings of the actors. Vash, since we're having audio issues, I'll just send that to you and you can play it.
Sure. Absolutely.
And we'll see if we can get all the channels ding dong copyright out at the same time. Be a fun time. But what else are we gonna do other than play the darn thing that they're anyway.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what we can do. It looks like
we don't talk about Disney. No. We don't talk about Disney. But hang on, Vash. I got to put you on the screen.
Nope, sorry about that. I thought you already
You're good. You're good.
I do apologize. There you go.
I'll see you at the party. I am in the studio at Walt Disney Imaginary recording for Antonio's Fiesta de Encanto, coming soon to Disney's Animal Kingdom.
All right, pause it, Vash.
If you're late, blame it on the
I'm gonna say that that audio is gonna be caught by the Disney Plus whatever. So let's just pause it there.
Okay, cool. Nope.
Not go any farther.
We can play the video though. Is that,
that'll be good.
Because there's some visuals in there that are worth seeing right there. I do agree with you. Might want to take the careful approach when it comes to media from this particular panel. But you can see right there they're recording their lines right there. Hey, pair of DT770s. Nice. You can see that they're bringing back a lot of the original voice talent, which is good. You can see the Hacienda or their home heavily featured right there. There is a musical segment playing out right now to introduce, I believe, the Coco ride coming to Disney California Adventure. So that's kind of where we stand right now.
Awesome. All right, Vash, what have you thought about some of these sequels they're putting out there, like Coco 2 and Incredibles 3? And we don't really get anything on those, just teeny weeny itsy bitsy, but it looks like a sequel assembly line to me.
It obviously the creative engine has stalled at Disney, so they've had trouble launching new franchises. Makes sense that they would want to go ahead and capitalize on the already existing content. But you're right. I mean, you can only mine these existing franchises for so long. In the case of Incredibles 3, it's interesting because they're not moving the story forward. Like, there's not a timeline jump. It's going to take place right after the second one, after the legalization of superheroing. The kids are supposed to be taking the reins here, so we'll have to see how that actually goes. But for Coco 2, it's interesting because they're going to have an older Miguel, right? You're going to have a teenage Miguel, which is very interesting. And Ernesto de la Cruz is going to be back to enact his revenge. Remember me! I'm sure it's going to be the line there.
Yeah, I think of all the ones that they're doing, Stitch 2 and Coco 2 have the best shot. I think those, and that might surprise because people are going to say, "Well, Frozen 3 is a definite." And I say, after what we've seen happen with Moana, there's no definite with Frozen 3. It'll still, it'll make $1 billion, but there's no guarantee that it's going to come out and be the biggest movie ever.
Absolutely, yeah. I think Frozen 3 will do well. But I do agree with you. I mean, Coco is a huge franchise. They got a huge roar from the crowd. So people are really excited about that franchise. There's no question about that.
I'll bet you this, Vash. I'll bet you this. I bet if you were to look at the Disney Plus stats, if you get a hold of them, I bet that the original Frozen gets 90% of the viewership versus Frozen 2.
Yes,
I bet it's that high.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We've got Cliff Licks for 5. Animal Kingdom needs a nighttime spectacular badly. True. They have an incredible waterfront venue ready to go for it, and it's empty and abandoned and sad. And that's money. I can't explain it. I'll be honest. That's one that I literally cannot explain what they're doing.
It would extend the park hours. Pro. I mean, it's like this
It's
place
money.
closes at 6. People leave because there's nothing keeping them there. Epic Universe, they just figured it out. It's like, hey, let's go ahead and do Celestial Goodnight. Let's keep people there longer. Animal
It's
Kingdom
money.
could very well easily do that. They don't. Go ahead.
I can't explain a company that doesn't want money.
Mm-hmm.
But they keep doing great with their stock, eh? Let's see. We've got more video of Encanto. Let's see. We're doing okay. We can play this. We'll get away with this one.
Musical segment. So, there was
Well,
no
we can play
pause,
this.
but,
For Coco, the attraction, they're raining down marigold petals. So marigolds. I can't remember the name of marigolds in Spanish. Don't remember right now. But no, it's not that one. But they're raining down marigolds, which are of course, the flower of Dia de los Muertos. So there you go. And it looks like they had a little band, a little mariachi band in the middle. Maybe they're playing. What color is the sky, mi amor, mi amor? Who knows? You say, put them on your head. Mi amor, mi amor. Vash, you make me a little poco loco.
Sorry, I do apologize. I know I've been driving you crazy lately, trying to get this whole thing done, approved,
Un poquito
up, and
loco.
really do appreciate you, bro, for giving us the patience right there. We have, almost over 1,600 of you watching out there? That's fantastic.
Vash,
So
you
thank
drive.
so much
Vash, it's a good kind of crazy every time you're on, man. You're a good fella. We all love you around here, folks. If you love Vash, put his emoji out there in the chat and let him know. Ill Magic 94 for 5. Sup, guys? Man, can you imagine what the Dark Universe would look like a night if they stayed open longer? Ill Magic, ILL Magic. We have been advocating for that nonstop. I hope it comes true in 2027. I hope they do a daytime ticket and a nighttime ticket. I would love for the daytime ticket to go from like 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. And I'd love for the nighttime ticket to go from like 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. I really think there are parts of Epic Universe that thrive at night. Disney does this same thing. They just don't tell you about it, but it's Mickey's Not So Scary and the Merry Christmas and all that stuff. They do 2 ticketed segments per day, and that's how they get their attendance up to hit their records. Epic could eat Disney's lunch if they would just do this, but there may be a staffing issue. It's very difficult to keep a park open, from 9 a.m., which means you have to have staff there from 8 a.m. until you close it till 3 a.m. So that's a lot of staff, and that's a lot of people. What do you think about that, Vash? The idea of Epic staying open super duper late?
Oh my goodness. I mean, it's absolutely something that they should have done day one. I mean, this park was made for night as well as it was made for day. They have different configurations of ingredients for the flame effect on the windmill for a nighttime and daytime recipe. They have the amazing coaster experience right there in Celestial Park. It's just absolutely awesome at night. The fact that they haven't leveraged that is beyond me, but I'm hearing probably a lot of people leaving early. That's why they wanted to get Celestial Goodnight out, to kind of keep people there in the park longer. It does look like, by the way, they're going over the Coco experience right there. You're going to be going through, I believe, Hector Rivera's museum, which is very interesting. And then you're going to be going onto a boat ride, going through the story of Coco, as illustrated in various sequences. It looks like it's going to be Coco 1, by the way. Some people were kind of like, hey, is it going to be Coco 2? Looks like it's going to be Coco 1. And maybe that's why, by the way, Pro, why Coco 2 isn't coming out until 2029. I was surprised by that date.
Yeah, Coco 2 coming out 2029 is a long time from now. 3 years to go. Makes one believe they haven't even started it yet. I mean, they've obviously got a story idea, but and by the way, in the era of AI that we're going into, boy, planning these things out for that far ahead in the future, I don't know what. I think by the beginning of next year, I think honestly by the end of this year, anybody who wants to make a Pixar movie can make a Pixar movie. So the idea that you're going to plan out to make a Coco film in 2029. I don't know what the animation world looks like then. I really don't.
Well, look at 3 years ago. Look at I mean, Will Smith he could barely recognizable in AI, right? That was 3 years ago. And now we're having, amazing featurettes and short films and so forth created via AI. Like you said, in 3 years, I mean, Coco 2 might have been produced by so many different people. How is this instant in the craft?
You're right. You're right. Without charging a thing, there's nothing to stop somebody, because as long as you're not charging, you can do it. There may be 500 Coco 2s out there for you to choose from before they ever get theirs. It's a wild world. We've got John Maynard out there for 5. Ignore the name. It's John Maynard. We know who you are. Have follow-up with the Dave's Auto Clinic regarding the boats from Disney being rebuilt. Do we have follow-up, you mean, regarding the boats from Disney being rebuilt? We do not yet have follow-up on that. John, we're working on that, as well as what the heck they're doing with the Liberty Bell that's docked over there northeast of what would you call that? Northeast of the bus barn for the monorails. Mr. Darth Tater for 5. It's absolutely crazy to me that they're giving vague opening dates for things that were announced at previous D23s. No announced date, by the way, Vash, for Piston Peak. None.
Nope.
I'm gonna bet 2029 or 2030 for Piston Peak.
Yeah, it's going to be a while. There's no question about that. Yep. They just cleared everything right there for Rivers of America. They have established some retaining walls in various areas, but not much. So I do agree with you. I think it's going to take quite a while for Piston Peak to actually form, and Villains Land even farther than that. That's going to be really interesting to watch. Also, too, I think Avatar, that's clearly in the far out view there when it comes to DCA. Coco is going to take some time. So a lot of this stuff... awesome, great, fantastic, but we're going to be waiting quite a while for these things to get established. It's why they're vague about this stuff the way they are. It looks like they went over a little bit the Lion King ride that's going to be in Disney Adventure World. The kind of third plot there. Looks like it is going to follow the events of the animated film, and you can see right there Scar.
Drew has saved the day for us because Culture is struggle busing, and if you hear notifications landing on me over and over, it's because Culture is sending us info from in the arena, but his connection is not sufficient right now to allow him to feed us into this. So I'm not trying to be negative to Drew, because we love Drew. Drew's a great guy. We've talked behind the scenes many times. But I am going to take a little umbrage here. I don't know that I would say that this is a animatronic being revealed. It's a picture of the animatronic that one day will be.
Right.
But, I've seen this too many times, Vash, where Disney shows concept art that doesn't come through. So I'm always a little hesitant to say, yep, there it is. That's what you're getting. It's like, too many times the budget has made major cuts to what Disney announces.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, even in Piston Peak, right? We got more concept art for that piece of attraction, I suppose, or that attraction specifically, than any other project, I do believe, for the 2024 Expo Parks presentation panel right there. And yet, that has changed significantly as well. So, like you said, bro, these things change a lot. The only thing that we really know from Lion King is that it looks like the Timon, Pumbaa, and Simba scene right there that we've seen multiple iterations of now. It looks like that will be dimensional. That's what's kind of shown in the model. Other than that, though, bro, it's all, up to whatever Disney wants to install. And based on their track record with Tiana's by Adventure, I can kind of see why they might want to go screen based with some of those things.
Yeah, and that's why, folks, that I don't do what we love Drew, but I'm not going to say they've revealed yada yada yada, because here's what it was supposed to look like. There's Tiana's Bayou Adventure. That is not what you got. It's not close in any. You didn't even get Tiana in the dress. You didn't get a boat and a tree. You got nothing. You got Broccoli Mountain, broken down all the time. Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, a bunch of negative Nancy's around here tonight. Snarky Distinct Fudge Dora's out there. Look at that beautiful Fudge Dora for 2. Great to see you on a Saturday night. Peace and love. And Fudge, back to you, Snarky.
Thanks, Snarky.
All right, Vash, what do we got right now?
All right, so we just passed the Sugar Rush attraction for Tokyo. Sugar Rush Sweet Rescue, that's going to be the attraction featuring Wreck-It Ralph right there. So that was very, very interesting. Now we're moving on to Cars Land. Piston
I'll tell you
Peak
this.
there.
I'll tell you this, Vash. I think that little Sugar Rush ride. People are going to think I'm silly, but I try to call balls and strikes.
Sure.
I think that's going to be one Disney wants to put other places. I think that's going to be a huge hit. Huge hit.
Yeah. Wreck-It Ralph is a big franchise, and so
Well, it was till they nuked it with the second one. But anyway, yeah.
that's true.
That was
But
terrible.
it still has its fans, and so I wouldn't be surprised if, in fact, maybe they bring that perhaps to the Magic Kingdom in a similar fashion that they're bringing it to Tokyo Disneyland.
Yep.
That could be pretty cool.
Von Schweetz is on the way. All right, Vash. They're talking about Cars Land right now.
They're talking about Cars Land. Looks like the Imagineers are up there talking about their memories of the original Cars Land, opening in 2012 for
Radiator Springs.
Radiator Springs, yep, at DCA. And now we're setting up Piston Peak National Park and everything involved there. So no new information as of yet, but they are getting into that specific panel, as you can see in the B-roll here.
Yeah, and I think once we got the model, we pretty much got it. I don't know what else they could tell us that's going to be a big deal.
Right.
We pretty much know the thing.
I think they're going to go into that second ride, but I mean, any eagle-eyed fan who's been to the parks knows kind of what that is. So I'd be kind of surprised if they have this panel all around that experience, which, yeah, Miss Fritters is what they're calling it right now. Daredevil's Spin-Along is what it's going to be. And, yeah, it's basically what we had predicted, the Four Wheels Rally attraction in Disney Adventure World.
It'll be super low capacity, super short ride time, just a little spinny thing. So
right. Okay, please.
Well, I was just going to say the amount of money they must be spending to bring in all these mature trees as well to fill in this area. This is going to be unbelievably expensive to get two average at best attractions into Frontierland.
Do you think they're going to go with mature trees? I mean, I've not seen a project from either proprietor, either Universal or Disney, actually ship in mature trees for these park experiences. Do you think that they're going to go with that, or they're going to plant saplings? I think this is the look of the land 20 years from now.
I think they just about have to. There are some places where they have to. The last time they brought in mature trees was New Fantasyland. In New Fantasyland, around Beast Castle and that sort of stuff, that they had to put in mature trees. Now, a lot of those died, so that didn't do them any good. But did you remember that, Vash? They put in a bunch of really expensive European trees down there around the river at the Beast Castle, and then a frost came in a couple years later and wiped them all out, and they had to just get rid of them. But I think they'll have to do some of this again, because I don't see how you can have this without mature trees. It's going to look ridiculous with little saplings.
Yeah, I would, because I did a mock-up of this model without trees, and just to kind of see, how much is actually being installed right here. It really relies heavily on the foliage. Okay, so
the sight lines. Without the trees, there's no. Everything is open.
Right. Without the trees, everything's open. It's not nearly as immersive as people might expect. So the reason I did that is because I kind of wanted to see what would happen if, in fact, they do go with saplings. So to your point, Pro, if they do go that route, I think that really diminishes the land and will diminish the first impression. Now, if they do actually go with older trees, that'd be awesome, but very expensive. So it's going to be interesting to see what Disney chooses here.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about what they're saying at D23 right now. Vash, anything new on Cars Land?
Okay. It looks like we have the name of the key attraction there. It's going to be Cars, I believe, Ridge Race Rally, if I'm not mistaken, or Cars Ridge Rally. Is going to be the official name for this specific attraction right here. I could be mixing that up a little bit. I tried to take it down real fast, but
Ridge Race Rally.
Yes, Cars. Ridge
That's hard to say.
Race Rally. Yes, I do agree. It's kind of a mouthful there, so that's what they're going with, though. Oh, and it looks like they are switching it up to maybe perhaps Villains Land. We'll see where we're going. But
could they just not have called it Piston Peak? I mean, that's way better than Ridge Race. What'd you say? Ridge? Cars Ridge?
I believe it's Cars Ridge Race Rally, if I'm not mistaken.
Ridge Race Rally.
I think so.
Good luck to the 3-year-olds who are working on their R sounds for that one.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing too is Disney getting convoluted with their names. Some of that's for SEO, so that's kind of why they're doing that.
Stop it. Mo is out there dropping a pro membership. Good to see you out there, Mo, and good to see you at Southeast Game Exchange. Hoping to see you real soon again. And be careful with the sharks out there if Jay tries to get you to go play with him. Don't go deep sea fishing with Jay. Paul 12,000 for 5. How come I get the feeling the ride will be lecturing about beauty, preserving parks, etc., not in a fun way all of a sudden? I'm a conservation kind of guy. I want more parks. I want more beautiful places preserved. But the modern message will be that if you don't do exactly what you're supposed to do, the oceans are going to rise and destroy Florida. Hey, Vash, did you see there's a naughty joke in Piston Peak?
No, I did not actually see that. What's going on there?
Yeah, there's a naughty joke in Piston Peak. In the concept art, there was a thing that said, how did they put it? Hot water. Let's see. Wait. Scalding water melts your rubber. Something like that. Hot water melts your rubber. It's talking about tires, but it's a naughty joke. I don't know who slipped that in there, but yeah, interesting.
This is going to be a younger audience, right here. So be careful with some of those inclusions there.
Yeah.
Okay, Cars Ridge Run Rally. Want to go ahead and correct
I got,
the record right there?
No, none of that. No, I got worse. Why did you make it worse?
Oh, that's what it is officially. Cars Ridge Run Rally. Looks like Drew.
Ridge Run Rally.
Yes.
So there's no racers in there.
No racers.
Oh, that's
no
better.
Racers.
All right. Ridge Run Rally.
Cars Ridge Run Rally.
Okay, that's better.
I do like Vash's original version. I like it too, but maybe they want to take the race aspect out of that because it's not going to be racing. So
I don't know. They like Disney always. They're all about race, so they should be good. All right, Villains Land, Vash. What do we got?
Nothing yet. Looks like we've stopped for a musical interlude once again. So we don't have anything yet on the screen.
You got to be kidding me. We're singing again.
I know.
Who's out there singing?
Looks like Crow. It's Sheryl Crow.
Sheryl Crow is out there singing.
Sheryl Crow.
They brought Sheryl Crow.
They brought Sheryl Crow. Yep.
I'm gonna soak up the sun. Gonna tell everyone to lighten up. You wonder why I'm changing it up, folks. We don't want to get hit for anything on that, so we'll just change it a little bit, just enough. They call it jazz, a little improv around here. There you go. There's the HD concept art, Cars Ridge Run Rally. Ridge Run Rally at Magic Kingdom. I will tell you that the fun concept art has been changed, and this no longer looks so fun.
Yes.
This
that
looks
mountain looks
slow.
A lot smaller than the previous version.
Yeah. Very slow. This looks like a very, very slow ride. Vash, I'm going to bet that they've got some sort of pivot system where it can kind of spin a little bit when it goes to a roundy round, little curve,
okay.
So it can make you feel like you did a little ATV thing, drift, even though it's super duper 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 slow.
Yeah,
that's my bet.
Yeah, I mean, there's really two routes you could go. You could go with speed, right? But you require a lot of track for a long ride. We know that from Tron, for example, right? It's 60 seconds, and it's like, if it was only longer. But, when you go in that fast, you require a lot of feet of track. For this version of Cars Land, it's 4 acres. That's all they had to work with. It's a very, very small portion of land, about a third of what Radiator Springs Racers actually is in Disney California Adventure. So they've opted here instead for sensation, right? So like, going over, hills, valleys, up inclines and so forth, which might be very interesting. But again, Cars is all about going fast. So a little bit disappointing.
Snarky is out there for 5. Gorgeous model. Don't expect that for a decade if we get anything remotely resembling it. 2045. Wahoo! All right, folks, we've got 20 out of 20 on the Pro channel. We are down to, 8 out of 10. We need 2 more in the next 3 minutes on that Park Place. If we get that, we need wait a minute. Just one more on that Park Place. We can do it, folks. We can do it. Get us there. And the one that's almost there is Dim Bones Are Me. Dim Bones Are Me. For $4.99, R.I.P. Spaceship Earth, sacrifice to the gods of touchy-feely crapola. I'm afraid I'm probably going to agree. I think, and Vash, here's the thing about Spaceship Earth.
Sure.
It is really, really hard to work on Spaceship Earth. It is maybe the most difficult attraction to go in and change things. You have a single elevator that you can use for those big items, like taking in, major props.
Really?
Talking about the utility elevator. Yeah, it's located in one of the pillars. Now you can do smaller things, but big props, big items goes through a single pillar that's outside the entrance. That's got a hidden elevator. So like that car that they've got placed at the top of Spaceship Earth for the Bill Gates, Steve Jobs scene.
Right.
That they had to take that up. So it slows everything down. It's Bill Gates. It slows everything down. Come on, Vash, do the bit with me. You say it's Steve Jobs.
Wait, Steve Jobs slows everything down.
Bill Gates. So anyway, it goes. So it's a tedious thing to make changes because everything that comes out has to come down through there. Everything that goes in has to go up through there, and it's just really. So Spaceship Earth could be down for a long time.
I didn't actually know about the restrictions there. That's very, very interesting. I would imagine that's very, very.
Unless you want to take unless you want to take the top off the golf ball and then have fun with that.
Yeah, don't do that. That's terrible. No, I mean we've seen the multiple layers of shell there for the actual Spaceship Earth structure. It's actually very, very cool, and it like swirls around. Yeah, like you said, up top, which is an awesome design. It's fantastic. But again, it was like. Some of those things were like built inside, I'm sure, at times because there were limitations with that, and maybe that's why they haven't touched this in 20 years. They're doing it now, though. Well,
you've heard, Vash, about a lot of the old stuff is still up there, and it's just covered up with scrims. Well, that's because it's so hard to get the stuff out. They would rather cover it up with scrims than try to unbolt it, get it down the track, take it to the elevator, the utility elevator, and piece by piece take it down and out. So they just screw it, just cover it. We'll just cover that stuff. Anyway.
Makes sense.
Going to be down for a while. All right, let's gift out these memberships from That Park Place, folks. Want to say thank you to everybody for helping us hit this goal. And we'll get that done in just a second. Takes a minute for these to go out. But thank you to everybody out there for doing that for us. We'll also be doing a Q&A with the Pro Channel in just a minute as well. All right. Vash, why don't you tell folks, we're doing a thing right now. We're doing it where we're streaming with you and your channel. But for those who don't know about your channel, why don't you tell them what you're up to these days?
Absolutely. Vash Guy Parkcast, where we stream basically 2 times a week, and then we have a members-only stream every week with that. We're talking about Disney park news, of course. There's no question about that, but we like to cover theme parks all around the world. That includes Six Flags, that includes Universal, that includes, United. They come up to Hollywood, as Pro is brilliant in covering himself. So we really like to feature all types of theme parks. People are really loving it there, Pro. And on Saturday, we have a special Vash and Vixen members-only stream, which we cover the history of these parks that we love so much. It's absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on in here and giving me a chance and opportunity to tell you all about it. Very much appreciate that. Thank you, Pro.
We've been doing this a long time now together, Vash. We're buddies, we're pals, and it's good to see you doing such amazing work out there. We've got some new concept art of the Rally Racers thing. So it's so silly. They've got it looking like the cars come off the track. The cars don't come off the track. This is just like mood setting kind of stuff for marketing. There's no way the cars come off the track. You may have some little hills like that. I don't know how they're going to do it. I'd have to think about that, how you would do that with the kind of ride system they've got. I guess you would go like ba-dump, ba-dump, ba-dump. But there's no way they're going to lift the vehicles up. That would require speed.
That's true. You got to remember, this is concept art, right? And like Pro mentioned, it's like for marketing, it's for all these different things. It's
these people, Vash, can't even see out the windshield because the eyeballs. So I mean, we are full concept art mode.
Yeah, and that's the only downside about Radiator Springs Racers. Outside of like Test Track, for example, Test Track, you can see clearly in front of you. With Radiator Springs Racers, you can't really quite see because the eyes are the windshield. It looks like they duplicated that effect here.
Surely not. Surely we're not keeping that.
I would hope not.
Good Lord.
The environment is what you kind of want to look at here. You know, there's no real show-stopping show scenes that I can see, at least not yet, in this art right here. So I'd really like to see a panorama view of all of this stuff. We'll see how that actually works. But remember, it's to evoke a feeling, right? So you don't have any ride infrastructure included in these pieces of concept art, not like the model.
You're saying, Vash, that there will not in fact be geysers firing all simultaneously 40 feet into the air around you as you go through here.
I kind of doubt that. And I do wonder how long that effect will work, because we've seen that before in Disney parks and it doesn't usually last long.
Yep. All right, Vash, anything on Villain's Land yet?
No, and I do wonder if we're getting anything at all, because now they've moved on to Cruise Line, and they've now announced a new cruise liner with the artwork of Tinkerbell right there.
Oh, we knew that was coming, so that's all good.
Yeah. So remember, there are 4 cruise liners that we actually don't know of currently right now. Obviously, I believe it's the Last Wish class ship that we're getting. So I'm kind of hoping for maybe some cruise line news that's substantial, that actually imparts some information about these ships, but we'll see. We haven't yet gotten that far.
Vash, there are more than 1,800 people watching right now, but one person is an MVP who has shown up that I got to play a clip real quick. Is that okay with you?
Please.
We just want to say hi to Mary White. Mary is so kind and so good, and so when Mary shows up, we want to say hello out there. Also, folks, Red Tigress, if you know Red Tigress from that gameplay, some from the audience, is going to be doing some medical stuff this next week, so keep Red Tigress in your thoughts and prayers. Vash, I would like to, if it's okay with you, could we segue and talk about Spider-Man for a minute? Would that be okay with you?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, folks.
I'll note everything that happens, and if anything like big breaks, I'll go ahead.
Yeah, I think they're in wrap-up mode. So. Minus cruise line stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, give us just a short break for commercials and we'll come right back. We got to talk about Spider-Man and what it's doing because it's wild, it's crazy. We'll be right there.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
New woke is so much better than classic woke. It's all the flavor, but now with more communism. New woke, new soda, new future.
Grab one today and taste the revolution. New woke.
And remember, there's also Woke Zero, in case you need to slip socialism into your next family event.
Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at what we got here out of Deadline. Spider-Man Brand New Day. Super $67 million third weekend. Holy moly, they've raised it. When I had this article up previously, getting prepared, it was going to be predicted at 65. It's already up to 67. And that means we're headed for record-breaking territory. What an unfortunate image of Tom Holland there. Tom, we apologize. Folks, Tom, I know you're doing your thing, but it's a little odd, the photo they chose. Come on, Anthony. It says, here's the Saturday AM right through. It says after 12:30 a.m., so I guess they updated this later for me. It says, Spider-Man Brand New Day has banked a $19 million Friday for what's shaping up to be a third weekend around 67. Again, up from 65, which is the previous estimate. Won't surprise me if it goes up again in a few hours to 70. That is only a 54% drop, which takes its running haul to $782.8 million. Phenomenal stuff. And by the end of the weekend, folks, if we get another lift, could be going to 800. By the end of tomorrow, Brand New Day will rank as the 5th highest grossing domestic movie of all time behind Force Awakens, Endgame, Spider-Man No Way Home, and Avatar. The Destin Daniel Cretton-directed movie is booked at 4,539 theaters. Well, Vash, at this rate, it is now seemingly, it's almost a done deal. This is going to be the best domestic movie ever at the box office. At 782 in its third week, we think this will be running like another 5, 6, 7 weeks. So even if it has drops that are significant, it's going to beat 936. In fact, I would say it's got a better chance than not to break $1 billion domestic. That's really something. Yeah, that's really something. Vash, what are your thoughts on D23 really not diving into Spider-Man? And I mean, not just the theme park stuff, you know, like I'd be getting on the phone and saying, hey, Tom, you're the biggest thing on the planet right now. And what's it going to take to get you over to D23 for a minute to promote something? Because by golly, there's nothing bigger than Spider-Man.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I would move heaven and earth, especially for Josh D'Amaro. This is his first D23. And obviously you want to make the best impression possible, especially to the media intelligentsia class out there, right? Because Deadline was in the audience, Variety's in the audience. Everybody that we follow, these trade publications, every single day, day out, they are in that audience waiting for that entertainment showcase, and they want to go ahead and be wowed. So I do think you're correct. Getting Tom Holland on stage and actually, you know, maybe talking about not just Doomsday, but perhaps Secret Wars, that would have been very, very cool. Didn't get any inclusion there, though, which is a real missed opportunity because Spider-Man is the biggest thing on the planet. The fact that they didn't actually have that Doomsday trailer in front of Brand New Day in order to absorb all of this, well, I don't know, viewership from these box office numbers is a real missed opportunity as well. So I think, like, you know, Disney can do a little bit more to incorporate Spider-Man, especially right now, and I'm sure they're looking into that, but, you know, you got to strike while the iron's hot, and it is cooling rapidly.
Yeah, and you said no inclusion for Spider-Man. That's really something, because Disney is all about inclusion these days. Da-da-da-da-da-da. All right, that Park Place, let's go there right now. We're going to take a look at the international side of this. Spider-Man third weekend box office astounds. You can see we were operating off of Deadline's prior numbers, 65. That was the industry number that they had been set. It's increasing again. I think it could go up as high as 70, and we're already breaking records when it was at 65. So everything else is just gravy. We're going to scroll down now because a lot of this at the top of this article is about domestic. We want to get to the international. All right. Absolutely. So here's what we got to do for Spider-Man to get the win. 2.9 billion is the Avatar number. Now, there's a caveat here, and that is that Avatar at 2.9 billion has been re-released like twice. Avengers Endgame is going to be re-released again this fall, but it's currently at 2.8. So Spider-Man is going to need a solid 3 billion to get the win. That would mean that it still has 1/3 of its box office left to go. After 3 weeks, that's possible. It's possible, but it's going to be an uphill battle. But it's going to land somewhere between first, second, and third. Avatar: The Way of Water is done. It's going to beat it, and it may beat it by next weekend. So it says the precise figures vary slightly among box office databases because of re-releases and historical currency reporting. That's what we're talking about, first, second, and third. So Spider-Man, you know, if it comes in at like 2.7, some people are going to say that it's the biggest ever. And, you know, there's a debate to be had. Spider-Man has already raced through a large part of that list after only 10 days. 10 days! Brand New Day was already sitting at approximately $1.67 billion worldwide. So here's what we got. Spider-Man is headed for a top 3 finish of all time. Whether it's third, second, or the biggest ever is now up for grabs. Vash, this is a movie that has just exploded, really and truly. And what do you think is the reason for that, Vash? Is it just the Spider-Man IP, or is there something special with this movie?
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, I look at this, and obviously Spider-Man has always been the biggest character for Marvel, right? And that goes back, you know, decades at this point. It's always been the one that's sold the most in merchandise. And, you know, people have historically supported Spider-Man before. Obviously, Spider-Man 2, people consider it to be one of the best comic book movies of all time. And Tom Holland's character, I think everybody liked, but it is one of these things where people were kind of slow to accept it, perhaps. And then, No Way Home actually launches, and it just launches this character into the stratosphere. You know, obviously having Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire certainly helps in that regard, for sure. But people were really excited. The fervor for this character was very, very high. I think a lot of people may be reacting to the goodwill that they were left with No Way Home, taking that into the theater with them and actually seeing an adventure play out. Certainly the Hulk helps, certainly the Punisher helps, you know, all of that. But I think a lot of people had goodwill coming out of that particular feature. And they kind of know that this is not, you know, a continuation of the MCU, perhaps. This is a continuation of Spider-Man's story. I think people kind of know that Sony and Disney Marvel are a little bit different, and maybe people reacting to that as well. Good word of mouth always helps out, and this had awesome word of mouth. So people were willing to support, and they're willing to go in again and again and again to see this, which is why these numbers are so high. Also, too, bro, Avatar, you had to see the 3D to see it right? And that's a higher standard of PLF versus this. It's really, really interesting that people are supporting this in large PLF screens, but maybe not paying as high a price for 3D and still getting these huge box office totals.
Well, yeah, and it's also important to note that Spider-Man has done this largely without IMAX. I mean, it was given some screens in the second weekend, but it opened without them. And even now, it's, fighting the Odyssey to try to get screens. I will say Christopher Nolan cannot be a fan of what's happened here, because he should be getting lots of headlines, and he would love that. And instead, Spider-Man's getting every single headline. Like, every headline is going to Spider-Man. Let me add this to the list, too, though. What's helping Spider-Man is zero competition. And that's going to continue. Yes, Acme is going to be coming out, the Coyote movie. And I don't think it's going to stop Spider-Man. And the contenders here definitely did not stop Spider-Man. Paw Patrol, the Dino movie, $20 million. That's fine. End of Oak Street, $20 million. Same number, not fine. Has to do with the budgets. Paw Patrol is going to be, it's going to make money. It's going to make money. End of Oak Street is going to lose a lot of money. And that's because of the budgets again. But neither of those has any effect on Spider-Man, and it's going to continue to rock. Vash, this thing's got all of September basically without anything to stop it, so that's in its favor. Vash, your prediction, where do you think Spider-Man's going to go? It's going to top $2 billion after this weekend. Where's this thing land?
Oh, it's going to be really, really hard to beat Avatar. I think that's maybe just out of reach right there. I think this might land probably 2.3, 2.4 if I wanted to play conservative. I think I'm going to go with those numbers just because it would be incredible for this thing to get 2.5, 2.6, 2.7. I mean, that is absolutely wild. It has every possibility to do so, but I think it's going to be slowing down just a little bit right here. Obviously, a lot of people interested in Marvel and shouldn't Doomsday that trailer right there. It'd be cool to get Doomsday trailer to be playing in front of Spider-Man. We'll see if that actually happens.
I think Sony, if they leave this on longer, I think this is and I think theaters should consider that, because Marvel's getting ready to do those re-releases of the Avengers movies, right? Of Infinity War and Endgame. I think if I'm them, I'd leave Spider-Man in there, hoping that there's some people who say, "Oh man, I didn't get a chance to go see Spider-Man. I want to go see it before I watch the Avengers movies." I think there's a little bit of spillover there, and I think if they do that, they get to 2.5. Depends on how long they leave it in the theater. There's just no competition from here on out through the early fall season. It's a flat out open runway for Spider-Man, and I think it's going to have a real good time. Tom Holland, though, folks, here's your tidbit for the day. You can take this to your friends and say, I know it because Pro said it. So Tom Holland with The Odyssey and Spider-Man Brand New Day, Vash, probably the most successful summer box office actor in the history of Hollywood already.
Absolutely. That's for sure. And guess what? John Berthel's in there as well by association.
True that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Vash, what do we got on announcements while we were doing Spider-Man?
Okay, we went back 2 parks, which is very, very good. Got a little bit of Metropolis news. Got a little bit more about what's actually going into the Muppet Vision 3D Theater right there. Looks like it's going to be like maybe what it sounded like to me, maybe perhaps a Monsters Inc. kind of a variety show put on by Mike and Sully. So that should be very, very interesting. Still waiting for more information about that. Looks like there's going to be a Harryhausen Audiomatronic in that restaurant there that we heard some months ago. And it looks like the ride load system, the ride load unload station was actually revealed. You're going to be hoisted 40 feet in the air. We've seen that before, but apparently you're going to launch off from there. So that's very, very cool. Now, Villains Land is up at this current moment, and now they're talking about maybe what we're actually getting in this land that, well, is the most exciting of all the products for Walt Disney World.
Yeah, it does look like I'm looking right now at the the changeover to the Muppets is not going to make people happy. I'll just tell you that. I'm seeing that right now for the first time.
Right.
I'll put that on the screen. This is going to make people very unhappy. But the roller coaster, what I'm seeing from that is extremely positive. And I didn't think I was going to say that, but hang on a second, I'll tell you about it. There's what we've got on the replacement to Muppet Vision. That is not going to make people happy, I would say. But that said, if we go up here, There's the giant. There's the giant squid creature. Yeah. Okay. So here's the roller coaster, and I'm gonna give them credit on this one because when we play this, they're saying that from the time you get on, it's going to lift you 40 feet in 4 seconds.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, 4 seconds. Well, that's actually pretty
4
impressive.
seconds. I thought it was going to take 6, 7, maybe even 8 seconds. Lifting you that fast is going to be a really cool way to start the ride. So good on them for that. Good way to skip the lift hill, eh?
Oh, well, of course. That's a good way to skip the lift hill.
What do you
It's
got on the
interesting
villains line, Vash? Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say with the monsters, Brayden actually brought up something very interesting in his video recently. He said that Disney was leaning away from airtime moments in order to mitigate issues, related to people's personal possessions actually flying out. So it kind of makes sense that they're doing something like this. I think it's actually pretty cool, and that launch right there with an inverted coaster, that should be awesome. Now, it looks like Villains Land, what they're doing right here, is they're taking on a new interpretation of the characters, which is very, very interesting. So, if you're familiar with Evil Queen or Maleficent, looks like we might be getting new versions of those characters for this land specifically. Is it a Star Wars Galaxy's Edge situation? Kind of sounds like it.
Yeah, and we called it. Beginning of the show tonight, folks, if you joined us early on, we said, hey, we see a roller coaster model, and it looks like Maleficent, and here it is. So we called that 2 hours ago, just about. And here we are right now with Maleficent's fortress. This one needs to be an intense ride, though, I'll tell you that. Magic Kingdom does not. I know people think Tron is intense. It's not. It's a gimmick. Tron is a gimmick coaster. I wouldn't even call it a coaster, honestly. It's get on a bicycle and go fast for 20 seconds. This is, and by the way, ride Tron at night. That's the only time to ride Tron. Ride it at night or don't ride it at all. This needs to be a really impressive coaster or else Villains Land is going to be a dud. This needs to be an all-out, we've never seen Disney do this before kind of take on Epic Universe, take on Universal, show that you can do that kind of coaster. Your thoughts, Vash?
I fully agree with you. I do think this should really be the land of maybe more adult experiences. They need to take the more dark universe approach to this rather than the rumors of maybe them taking an Isle of Burke tone with this. And it looks like they are going in that dark universe direction, which is very, very good. Bruce Vaughn is actually describing this as the most ambitious land they've ever done on the scale of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, is what the quote was from Bruce Vaughn right there.
Good Lord. What a... Can we not compare things to Galaxy's Edge? Can we not? That is a failure. Let's not compare things to failures. Compare it to Pandora. You want to make people excited? Compare it to Pandora. Don't compare it to Galaxy's Edge. That is just Bruce Vaughn needing to pick up Bruce Vaughn's ego. All right, here's the dealio, though. I've already seen a problem, Vash, because this coaster concept art, single lap bars. That would not indicate that it's an intense coaster at all.
Well, hang on a second now.
All right.
We've seen some really intense coasters, like, for example, Velocicoaster, right? That has a single lap bar, and yet it's very, very intense. So
well, that's true. That's true.
I want to see more of the layout for this, but I will say that car configuration looks a little bit like ordinary, so that's not too good, especially in the age of like spinning cars and so forth and things that are much more open. I'm not quite sure about that coaster. I'm very, very excited to see more from that. It looks like they announced a boat ride, a Villains Land boat ride, maybe using the technology from Shanghai Disneyland's Pirates of the Caribbean, in a very similar manner that Avatar is going to use that same boat ride technology as well. This, by the way, Pro, I remember hearing about this ride specifically years ago, like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. So the fact that they have explored this specific ride is very interesting.
A shattered magic mirror boat ride is the idea here, correct?
I suppose so, yes. Now, wait a minute, hang on here. Do those boats remind you more of Na'vi River Journey or Shanghai's Pirates?
I'm going to say that these are probably, Vash, because they're so rounded, I wonder if they're set up on some sort of pivot point below them that can spin them in the water.
Okay.
And I see this spinning here. I wonder if we're going to get a turn-based attraction where the boats can be spun around in different directions, kind of like the Omnimover Doom buggies and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Like Shanghai's Pirates.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay. That's good if that's the way they're actually going to go. I am kind of surprised though they would go boat ride and coaster. I know there's talk of maybe 3 attractions for this land. I would have thought that like a simulator dark ride or something was in the cards. Apparently though they're going maybe perhaps in a different direction.
Yeah, I'm going to say different direction. I think that's what you're getting, and so we'll see. We'll see, folks. That's Villains Land. If it's big coaster and impressive boat ride, all those would be great for Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom needs more capacity. All of Disney World needs more capacity and needs more things to do. Desperately needs more things to do. And Epcot, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios desperately needs more attractions. All 3. So anyway, I'll check and see what Culture Casino is lighting me up with on more stuff. But let's get the Super Chats first. Sure. I'm sure he's going to tell me the reaction to Villains Land announcements. All right, we've got Cliff Lakes for 5. Is Universal Creative there tonight watching? Will they feel happy about their 5-year answer to all of this? I think yes. Villains Land this time may have them a little concerned. But other than that, I don't see anything that I would be worried about. We've got Lestat out there for 2. Let's go, let's go. Good to see you out there. Thank you. Mr. Darth Tater for 5. Epic is going to have all their new park upgrades before Disney gets theirs. Yeah, and Villains Land may be like 2035. We've got 10 jewels being dropped by Poke Pro Place for a GG. GG to you. And then Paul 12,000 for 2. A water version of Guardians Coaster Ride? Say what? No, that's at Dollywood. All right, and folks, we did give away those 10 gifted memberships over there on That Park Place. All right, Vash, anything else coming through the line right now?
Looks like we have... Sorry about that. I'm adjusting audio. Glenn Close as Cinderella. I'm sorry, Cruella is up on screen right now. Sorry, a lot of Disney going on right now. I do apologize, guys. A lot of Diz. Glenn Close, Cruella is up there, and they're certainly padding this segment out. They've announced the new attractions, which is very, very good. It's a little bit more than I was expecting from Villains Land, but still, I would have liked to have heard a little bit more about it rather than these kind of interludes that they kind of are filling the show with. Still, no mention of Avatar, actually, at DCA, which is kind of surprising here. We'll see if they actually end the show with that, but we are watching closely.
Yeah, I'm going to play these in snippets in case they're copyrighted. Sure. An Evil Wish, Wishing Well... Twisting in the Dark Forest. Let's see. Maleficent's Fortress. We already saw this concept art. They're just going to spin it around in a book. Okay. And then they close the book. Nothing there. All right. Deal.
Yep. It does look like that's what we're getting. Do we have any more of that? What is it? Monsters Inc. Show there? Because I'm kind of curious. I didn't get the details on that as well as I would have liked.
Well, you wanted this one or the Glob?
Yeah, the Glob show.
All right, there's your Glob.
Yep, utilizing the theater and the balconies and everything else. So, oh man, it just seems they could have kept Muppets in there. Well, I just don't see any substantial change in the format.
Top left, Vash is that's got to be a screen. You can see top right is a screen. This little camera person in the back is fake. That's just concept silliness. And I'm going to guess that is probably a screen over here. I'm going to say that the main stage is pretty much the only real thing. And it looks to me like we're doing... I don't know how you can do this unless you're doing puppets.
Yeah, I mean, you could do puppets, which could be very, very interesting. You could also do... Is it possible we get New Age audio animatronics?
No, they're not spending that kind of money on this. I don't think. I mean, really, truly, I don't. Yeah. I'm gonna bet this is just, again, really fanciful concept art. It could be 3D. Maybe it's a 3D thing. like a 3D,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
projector.
Well,
It could be all
it's 3D,
screens.
right?
Yeah, it could be all screens, but they're making it look like they're out on the stage. I think this is all. It's all screens. That's it.
We will see. I mean, there was at least a new Muppet animatronic scooter, right, for a roller coaster. So maybe, perhaps, hopefully, some of these are actually materialized.
Christian.
Hopeless.
Christian Corralejo wins, man. This wins the night. For $2, at least Dr. Facilier was included in the boat ride. That's right. He can't be in Tiana's, but he can be.
He can be in Villain's Land. Come on. So this is so frustrating. So frustrating.
So obvious. So obvious to everybody that when the laughing place would be Dr. Facilier's area, but
of course
lost on Carmen Smith. Let me tell you, she couldn't quite figure that out. I know,
absolutely ridiculous. It looks like we're having a new musical number here with Cruella being performed right there. So we'll see if there's anything more. We might be in wrap-up mode, I'm not sure, but this show going a little bit longer than anticipated, which is very, very interesting. And yet, in terms of Substance Pro, I mean, we did get some details, right, of like Indiana Jones, for example, obviously the new update to Spaceship Earth, and maybe a surprise announcement in Space Mountain actually being restored at Disneyland Paris, but yeah, Disco Yeti. But not like a whole lot, I was expecting, hey, are you going to actually redo Space Mountain at Magic Kingdom? Doesn't look like that's going to be a thing. I was hoping for Fantasmic 3.0 over there at Disneyland. Doesn't look like that's going to be a thing. And those are relatively moderate investments compared to the rest, and yet nothing there either.
Well, I'm not a fan of a lot of this, but I will give them some credit. Fixing the Yeti is good. The Monsters roller coaster could be good. And I would say, Vash, that I'm surprised that they've shown us anything from Villain's Land. I thought we'd get more silly concept art. So, there are some positives for them. There's plenty of negatives, but there are some positives here. So good for them for getting some things out there.
Oh, yeah. The Villain's Land, I think, is going to be the hit of the night. People are going to be talking about that till the cows come home. And the fact that they were actually able to deliver concept art 2 years ago that actually included that coaster, and that they're actually going forward with it, I think is a good there. Hopefully we get more of that concept art actually made into a real life, because I do think it's great. It's just, we know Disney's history. So we'll be waiting on that one right there. It looks like they are rounding down the show, which is really interesting. No Journey into Imagination, no Avatar whatsoever.
No Avatar in Disneyland is the amazing thing.
Yeah.
Nothing on that. And that little prop, folks need to figure out now that little prop is using serious force perspective. People are falling for something, and you're going to have a change of heart as we get close to that thing being released.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. Hang on here. There might be yesterday's today. Tomorrowland. A world.
Are they doing a redo of Tomorrowland Disneyland?
Well, let's see.
While he does that, I'll get Culture's.
They are saying they're going to reimagine Tomorrowland
in Disneyland, correct? Returning to optimism.
Yeah, I'm trying to see here. Now, it looks like they're going classic, which a lot of people actually speculated might be the direction for Tomorrowland, Disneyland, and they are referencing Disneyland right now.
Classic
so
optimism is what Culture Casino's saying.
This was on the books, ladies and gentlemen, actually 6 years ago, or longer now, I guess 7 years ago. They were going to do this. It didn't actually make the show in 2019. So it looks like they are going to reimagine Tomorrowland at Disneyland. This is a big, big, big deal. We've been waiting for this for as long as I've actually been doing this, bro, to be honest with you.
and before. I mean, this is a long time. Can they get it right is the question. Can they get it right? And will they go to such extent to like fix the people mover stuff and that kind of thing? I mean, will they go that far?
The track has been empty since the 1990s.
Right.
I mean, we have been waiting. I've been waiting for 26 years. I mean, this is a pretty big deal.
I waited for you to move some people. All right, so there you go, folks. There's a heck of an end. The question is, Vash 2, when? When does this happen? Or is this in 5 years we're going to begin, ladies and gentlemen?
Don't know. Not sure. And we're not getting much in the way of details, which is very, very unfortunate. Maybe there's another surprise happening here. Going to be interesting to see. But that Tomorrowland wall, that the construction wall outside of the entrance to Tomorrowland at Disneyland, has been there for as long as as Epic Universe was constructed. So Epic Universe was nothing. Now it's a theme park operating for at least over a year now, and that Tomorrowland construction wall there has been up the entire time. The Dreamfinder is taking the stage, and it looks like a new version of Journey into Imagination is coming officially.
Well, fan-freaking-tastic. There's the right way to end. That is, and do it the right way. If you do it the right way, I'm on board with that. That's a good way to end.
Dreamfinder is embodied by, I think, Neil Patrick Harris right now, but Dreamfinder is featured. He is going. Like, we're gonna get the new version of Journey into Imagination, like you said, Pro. I think it's a great way to end the show. These are two projects that we've all Disney fans, whether you're Walt Disney Worlders or Disneylanders, have been waiting for. This is good.
Yep, desperately needed. That ride is terrible. The ride as it stands is terrible. And redoing this is a good thing.
Interesting too, Pro, because the person responsible for the current version of Journey into Imagination actually just recently retired, so perhaps that had something to do with it.
Yep. The current version, none of the animatronics work. The audio often doesn't work. Really, the only thing that works is the fart gun that shoots in your face.
Yeah.
What a ride. What a ride. And should have never been changed from what it once upon a time was. So, way to go. We still are obviously going to wait and see what they replace it with, and is it worth it? Because Lord knows. But Vash, the bad thing about this ride as it currently stands is there's huge areas of the old ride that are behind walls that have just been like covered in dust for years and years because they were so freaking lazy and the budget's so terrible. They just left huge parts of the track sitting, and said, we're not going to fool with that.
Well, remember too, they shortened the track as well. They cut out big portions of it, which is very, very unfortunate right there. That amazing turntable system with the 3 versions of Dreamfinder, that was awesome. I thought that was like revolutionary.
Might still be there for all we know.
Well, I think I know. There's no hope there, but it's very encouraging that they're now acknowledging, hey, we're going to go ahead and do something there, which is very, very good. Now, no details either on Tomorrowland or Journey into Imagination. So, hopefully this is not just blue sky.
2037, ladies and gentlemen, you'll get the greatest Dreamfinder in the world.
Exactly. Give us the goods, Disney. Like we really want to hold their feet to the fire on this one, because without substantiation, without even a piece of concept artwork, without even anything, next D23, we expect announcements, and maybe it doesn't actually make it. So we really want to put on the pressure there.
There you go. All right, Vash, let's end talking about Dollywood and the Night Flight attraction, and then we'll do a Q&A, and we're out of here. Sound good to you?
Yeah.
All right, folks.
Super excited.
Yep, we want to give credit to Dollywood for inviting us out and having a great time over there and showing off their brand new ride that puts them, I think, on par with Disney and Epic Universe. And really cool. Let's get to it right now. It'll be our final thing for the night before we wrap this up with a Q&A. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at what we've got here. It is your pal Pro. That's right. I went on over to Dollywood and got to check out their brand new attraction the day before it opened. Of course, I always pay, no quid pro quos for Pro, but they were very nice to let me in and check things out. And this is the Hidden Hollow. This is back a little bit behind the attraction. It's well themed, as you can see, but we got to go check out everything. And I personally did not get to ride the ride. They had a huge line of media people, and I came in late because we were covering D23. But I did get to talk to a lot of people who rode the ride. I got to take lots of photos. Could not take photos of the ride. They want to keep it secret for people to get to ride it first, and we respect that. because it is a really, really impressive ride. I'd like to play for you what it appears like when you're in the ride and when you're in the queue, and tell you what I've talked with people who rode the ride, and I was right there and doing all that stuff. But Vash, it's a roller coaster ride, sort of, but it takes on all of these different forms. So the first part of the ride actually uses screens and simulates flight. This is, by the way, what we're seeing are the different coasters that are at Dollywood right now. This is essentially a very sophisticated dark ride that puts Dollywood on the map. Dollywood's already been on the map for coasters, but this dark ride starts off with simulated screens that have been described to me as on par with the Harry Potter ride in Epic Universe. That then transforms into a water ride. And you can see it talks about the 4 thrilling attractions, but it switches to a water ride that does something I've never seen before. And that is, and you can see it right here, it's on a track and it's moving separately from the water. And what they do, Vash, is they swirl the water in from different jets in different directions, and they can also pivot the ride vehicle such that you don't know which way you're going to go, and they can kind of surprise you with different, because the water is flowing in ways that don't make sense. And it gives it off this kind of like rapid river, Pandora, not Flight of Passage, but what's the Navi River ride? The Navi River ride, but in like a whitewater kind of way. And it's a really, really, really cool. They've really went all in on the bioluminescence. And I'll show folks too where this is located. So this is the entrance to Dollywood here. And you, in the past, the only way to go from Dollywood then was to go down, the old way. But long ago, years ago, they made this back way that goes up into Timber Ridge, I think is the name of it. And you've got the great wooden roller coaster over here. Google Maps is a little bit late, but this entire area has been turned into a new area, Wildwood Grove for Dollywood. Let me show you how far you have to go to get to this attraction. Now, that's not to say it's a bad thing. It's just to say Dollywood is a huge park now. You go in, you go up here, all the way up here. You get into Wildwood Grove. This building, Vash, takes up almost all this entire area up here.
Whoa, that's a huge building.
It is huge. Gracious. Almost all this area is taken up by it. It is a massive building. It is a fantastic ride, and I'm thrilled for Dollywood to have a dark ride of this caliber. I think people are going to love it, and it's themed around the idea of fireflies and bioluminescence in the Smokies. There's this idea that your vehicle is what do they call it, bioluminator or something. Anyway, there's a nice little story to it, and there's a secret lake, and that's part of why they don't want people to take video yet and photos and put it out there. Really, really good effects. Could have used an animatronic or two on this attraction. I understand why they didn't, because there's a lot of maintenance on animatronics. But Vash, it's a really cool addition for Dollywood. Your thoughts on maybe the best new dark ride since Monsters? What is it? Monsters Unchained at Epic? Is that the name of it?
Yeah. Monsters Unchained. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Experiment.
Probably the best one since that one. And it's a real contender for a ride worthy of you going flat out to Dollywood to see it. Vash, your thoughts on this one? By the way, Vash, I know you're part of, you really like to know the manufacturer stuff. I think it's a company named Mack out of Europe that built this thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've built another attraction like this, I believe. I thought it was
in France.
In France, yeah. And it's this kind of rocking boat ride system right here is what they call it. But that one's out in the day and doesn't really leverage the technology as much as I would hope it would. This one, Night Flight, it looks like they really did go all out and provide that kind of rapids hybrid type, almost coaster type technology to get this one to the finish line, and that looks and sounds fantastic. I was hoping they were actually going to do that. It looks like they did. And again, Dollywood was known basically as a regional theme park years ago, and now stepping into really highly themed immersive attractions, these kind of dark ride experiences like this. Again, it's really, really great for, hey, look, listen, sometimes it storms, sometimes it rains, and sometimes these coasters have to actually go down. This obviously not suffering from any of that. And perhaps you can have these attractions and experiences actually extend your night time hours for Dollywood as well. All those things come to fruition with this ride. I think this is a big, big win, for Dollywood. Yeah. This is awesome.
The really cool thing about it is because it's on this track, they're able to use water jets to simulate massive whitewater, like you're on this, foaming crazy river, but you're still kept safe. Whereas you could never do that with like a pirate style boat. But because of the way they're doing this with the kind of coaster track system, they can navigate you through all of this swirling crazy water that looks like it's going to sweep you away, and it doesn't. The other part about this is it's really cool that they have a coaster segment. So this thing turns into a coaster at some point, and then that's the third part of the ride, and that coaster segment then drops you into a very easygoing dark ride pirate / Navi River Journey kind of thing, where it takes you to the secret finale that we will not reveal. But Dollywood, way to go, and want to say thank you to Sophie and Wes and all the rest of the marketing team over at Dollywood. Phenomenal job taking care of all the media people, and we're just so pleased for you guys. Really and truly that this went well. It was a difficult thing, I think, getting this ready to go. There were at least 2 or 3 different delays for them to get it out there, but it's going to be a great addition to Dollywood, and we're just so pleased for them. We love seeing Dollywood and Epic and all the rest of the theme parks out there give Disney a run for their money, because we want you to get the most for your money, ladies and gentlemen. Ultimately, that's what it's all about. Vash, any final thoughts?
I'm just super excited to ride it. I mean, Nightlife, I've been waiting for it. Obviously, we heard it was delayed because this is a very ambitious attraction. Nobody's quite mixed these elements quite this way ever. I mean, this is even more ambitious than Atlantis was for SeaWorld all those years ago. I think this is going to be a huge win for Dollywood. Really sets them up to be in the same realm as maybe perhaps the big two, like you said, with Universal or with Disney right here. I'm very excited to see everything that's in store for this. I didn't get to see any video, obviously, for your media preview. They didn't allow video recording, so to get these first visuals, like you brought out here, it looks like a big win, and I cannot wait to ride it myself.
Absolutely. And folks, one last thing I'll tell you about it. Despite all of those rapids, because of the way they've got it set up, you'll barely get wet at all. Maybe a few sprinkles on you, but it's not there to make you wet. And really cool deal too. The queue takes you through the bear roller coaster they have that goes flying overhead as you go into the attraction. So lots of cool stuff. Way to go to everybody who planned that out for Dollywood. We're happy for you. Keep rocking, Dollywood. They already win all the Golden Ticket Awards and beat Disney, but at the cusp of really and truly being one of the top theme parks in attendance and everything else. So keep rocking. Keep rocking. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's wrap this show up with Paul 12,000 for 2. Art had Monster University characters in it. Maybe.
Did it? I didn't quite recognize those Monsters University characters. Monsters University did fairly well at the box office, but I don't remember any of it. So
I'm not going to watch it again to try to remember it, I'll tell you. Paul 12,000 for 2. I met the Dreamfinder when I was 11.
Oh, that's so cool.
I hope you talk to his arm. His arm is the most interesting thing, eh? Mr. Dak gifted 10 WDW Pro memberships. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Dak. That's so kind of you.
I want to hear it.
Not right now.
Yes, now, Dusty Bun.
Wait. Okay. Perfect. Wahoo!
All right, and folks, it's time now for the Q&A. We'll take 10 Q&As on the Pro channel. We hit that super chat goal, so if you are watching on the YouTube stream for WDW Pro, all you got to do is type Q&A, and we'll take those as they come in. 10 is the max,
please,
or about 5 minutes, whichever ends first, because we got to wrap this thing up. 12:42 on the East Coast right now. We've got from 40's Mandalorian. Vash, what are the chances the Indy Stunt Show closes after the new ride opens?
No, I think they're going to be keeping it around. You need entertainment experiences for Disney Hollywood Studios. It doesn't quite, provide that the amount of ride count necessary in order to, sufficiently provide entertainment for all the people actually visiting it, I think it does stay around, but I would be surprised if maybe in the future it gets rethemed. I know there have been plans to replace it entirely. We'll see, though. I think it's safe, but obviously that could change.
It's a lot of money to mess with it, so I think it's safe.
Right.
Sends Boulder. Karen Owens, can I go to bed and stop identifying celebrities?
Yes.
You leave NPH alone. Come on now, Karen. Good to see you, Karen.
Yeah, thank you.
Chef Eddie, will you be adding more Wilton to the show? This is all I can handle.
Go fund yourself, Bob.
All right, let's see here. O2RR, how do you like your chicken wings? Fried, buffalo wings, barbecue wings, or dry rub? Boneless and ghost pepper. Vash?
I like barbecue wings right there. Love the barbecue sauce there.
Boneless, ghost pepper, and I forgot, dipped in blue cheese. Paul 12,000, which is the best and which is the worst announcements thus far?
Worst announcement by far is, I think, Spaceship Earth. I do not trust this Imagineering crew to go in there and really preserve the feel of what the Imagineers imbued over the decades. So I don't think that's really that fantastic. If in fact they go forward with Tomorrowland Disneyland, that will be the best announcement by far for me. Go ahead, Pro.
I think we agree.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about
I don't think we disagree on anything on that. Yeah, Disneyland, Tomorrowland, if it happens on time, it's bigger than Figment because it's an entire land.
Yeah.
So Carousel of Progress is right behind Spaceship Earth because they're going to ruin it. They're going to ruin it. Irate Specialist, how did you guys meet? Vash, you want to tell the story? I'm going to count the Q&A so we don't get too many. You go ahead.
Yeah, sure. I do believe I think it was it was so many years ago, but I know that you were doing some work at I think the WW Magic forums right there. I do believe you had a place in which you were actually sharing blog articles and so forth, and I was just so enamored with it. I was like, we have got to get this guy on. This is when I was actually working with Orange Grove 55 back in the day, and so to Doji I said, hey, look, listen, we got to get this guy on. Like, we have to showcase him. I think this is going to be absolutely phenomenal. So, and I think you were on Valiant Renegade at that time too. You came on, hit it off. It was absolutely fantastic. And then, Pro, you started your own channel right there, and it was like, hey, come on in. Let's go ahead and do some videos together. We did that Hong Kong video, which, by the way, is the first video on the Pro channel. That's pretty cool.
That's right.
Pretty awesome stuff right there. All those years ago, and then we've had a relationship ever since.
The FTM 22 says, been watching the live stream from the floor of D23. Yeah, I like that now. Thanks for bringing us in there. Tell Culture we said hi. Kellyanne for Q&A. I don't know if you talked about it earlier, but thoughts on the Kingdom Hearts trailer? Love it. I'm glad they brought back James Woods because I know that he's always been in it, but you never know. Kingdom Hearts is not being done by Disney, although it features Disney, and although Disney is featuring it. And it looks amazing.
Yeah.
Bash?
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts trailer looks good to me. I unfortunately myself have not played the video games, but I know the fervor, I know the lore, I know that people are very, very enthusiastic about that. For me, the biggest news was an anime series. I think it's going to be very, very cool. So Kingdom Hearts all the way. I think it's really phenomenal and should be good. like Pro said, I think if Disney's not involved, it means it's going to be better.
There you go. I'm just going to say runt. What are the odds that Disco Yeti did not get fixed in 5 years? Well, now this is interesting because I think that they will not work on it until Encanto is done. They won't take Everest because they have almost no rides.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
So 2029, Vash? Unless they can scrim it and work on it at night and leave the ride running, that's the only way they would. I doubt they would do that.
Do you think they get started a little bit earlier because they want maybe Expedition Up by the time that Piston Peak opens? Is that possible?
Maybe, but if they do, they got to scrim. They got to scrim it and work at night. That's what they got to do if they want to get it done faster. So,
true.
75% chance it's going to be. It would still be faster than 5 years. Almost 100% chance it's done faster than 5 years.
Oh, yeah.
But quicker than 3 years is way less sure. Kamchi says, you think they overplayed their cards? This looks like desperation for Disney and Square Enix, as there's a chance these announcements have activist nonsenses. Oh, did they overplay their cards? Well, on Carousel of Progress and Spaceship Earth, they definitely did. And on Cars Land, they have.
Yeah. I think there are some things that I'm just not 100% about. Like, for example, the doing new versions of the villains for Villains Land seems like a
just put the villains in there. That's what people want.
Exactly.
Some people,
right. This is Star Wars Galaxy's Edge all over again, and again, Bruce Vaughn compared to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. It's like, are you going to make the same mistakes again? That one right there, not so super sold on that.
Lord Corey, what book movie announcement would make you excited? Hopefully no Stephen King, no What book or movie announcement would make us excited? Let me think about that. Vash, what would make you excited? A book or movie announcement?
A book or movie announcement? Well, the Bob Iger's book coming out actually made me very excited. I was like, oh, that's very, very interesting. Now, obviously, you
mean Chapek?
NDAs. Bob Chapek.
Yeah.
His book coming out, the Behind the Castle Walls, I do believe is what it's called. I'm very excited for that. Robbie Whalen's book from Wall Street Journal. Very excited about that as well right there. So those two I'm excited right now for. When it comes to movie announcements, maybe perhaps a Star Wars movie taking place in Knights of the Republic. I think that would be very, very cool. But the thing is do you really trust the modern version of Lucasfilm to make that right now? That would be my only disagreement with there.
Yeah, I think I'm excited about the same book as you in terms of movie announcements. I don't know. I don't know what movie announcement would get me really excited. It all depends on who's making it. So
True.
Depends on who's making it. Depends on the execution of it. It's not necessarily announcements that get me excited. Well, how about this? If I find out they're making another Godzilla -1 or 0, I'm excited about that. I'll go see that. I'd love that. And here's this too. Any movie that's announced with Denzel Washington, Bro's going to go see it. All right, Vash, we're getting a question about the casting of X-Men. As we wrap up, did you like the cast for X-Men? We talked about it earlier. I said it kind of looked a little Disney Channel to me. What did you think?
Yeah, I did see. I had the cast somewhere. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Adam Driver could be pretty interesting as Mr. Sinister right there. I'm very interested to see how that actually plays. The City Sink I thought was okay for her role as Jean Grey. There are some open questions there, Pro. I think you brought up that maybe she's too dark in what she actually does there. I think it's a very, very interesting thing to play with in future movies there. Indy Navarrete, I do believe, the gal from Obsession, I think is a really interesting casting choice for Rogue. I want to see how that plays out, but I wasn't like beyond like, oh, this is amazing casting. I think it's kind of mixed for me.
Got to hear her say "shug" one time to find out what we think about that.
Oh, interesting.
Shug. It's Rogue's. It's what she calls all the other people. All right, folks, we're out of here. This has been a long show, and we covered a lot of fun stuff. Thanks for being here. As we were headed towards 2000. I said show's over, and now we're down to 1900. So 100 of you bailed out. But across all the stuff, folks, this is the authoritative place to be when it comes to Disney. Vash Sky is the man. He's the myth. He's the legend. And of course, the Pro Show and channel continues tomorrow. 4 more pieces of content. Come check us out. Valiant Renegade tomorrow to talk about all this as well at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to run. Hope you had a great time. And remember, stay away from woke. It's not a great soda.
New woke is so much better than classic woke. It's all the flavor, but now with more communism. New woke, new soda, new future.
Grab one today and taste the revolution. New woke!
Try New Woke Light. You'll taste and feel the Hollywood woman difference.